What's going on, my today people? My name is Wendy, and I really appreciate you all joining me yet again for another. The Dear Future Robots podcast is an audio-visual time capsule addressed to the future, but from a human perspective. So stay tuned to see what we contribute. Dear Future Robots, let's go.
Hacking has been a superpower for decades now. If you're a millennial, they showed you what was possible in the 90s when we all watched that Will Smith movie, Enemy of the State. In Vegas a few years back at the Black Hat Convention, blue hats were invited to test vulnerabilities at some of the most prestigious hotels. Now, if you guys out there don't understand the meaning of a blue hat, it's hacker terminology, kind of borrowed from the Westerns, like, you know, the cowboy movies, Cowboys and Indians. Black hats were the bad guys, white hats were the good guys, and blue hats were typically the ones hired to test the system. All right. Now, this blue hat team discovered vulnerabilities in the door lock system that virtually allowed them access to millions of rooms across the world. Look it up. Safe lock systems and hackers. Dear Future Robots, how is artificial intelligence and machine learning leveraged to anticipate and even mitigate the ever-evolving tactics of hackers in order to ensure peace of mind through robust security measures in your time? Are hackers even a thing? Let's start the show. My today people, what's going on? Welcome back. I know y'all missed us. Man. So today I'm here with the fellas. Fellas, say what's up to the people, man. I got NoName over here. Y'all cannot see him. Valle G and Chris, man. Hey.
Yep.
Yes. Again, I know y'all missed us. We had to take a break. You know, self and you know, just taking care of yourself is very important.
Self-love.
Self-love, self-care, all that kind of stuff, man. I know I look a little different, but you know, hey, I had to take it down a little bit, y'all. But
half this man's face is going.
I know, right?
His face just dropped like 5 pounds.
I know, right? Yeah, you know.
Now he's just trying to disguise himself, man.
That's it.
Hiding.
That's funny. Disguising by taking more off. Is,
Yeah, so you look different.
Exactly.
So
exactly.
is it like?
He's pulling a Diddy.
Is it?
No.
Too soon.
No.
It's like
Is it too soon?
He got the male version of how Stella got her groove back.
Hey, I guess. I'll take that, man. I'll take that. But yeah, I like to see my chin every so often. Is that a pause or no Diddy? No?
No Diddy.
Okay. We'll keep it at that. What'd you say?
I said you like to see your chin ever so often.
Yeah, I know. All right, so today we got a jam-packed show for y'all. I'm actually excited. We pretty much had 2 weeks to build up things to talk about. And in this climate, in this political climate, there's so much to do, man. There's so much to go over. I mean, the news really just makes itself, right?
Yeah.
But I'm definitely excited to get into it. And we're obviously going to start off with my philosophy. So I just want to let y'all know some feelings may get hurt in this a little bit, I guess. I mean, because we're going to be, as y'all know, we call it how it is. Like, this isn't a show where we hold punches. This isn't a show where we have too much bias or anything like that. So y'all can expect us to say how it is, or at least from our perspective. I'm going to just say that because nobody's right 100% of the time. It is what it is. And I'm going to get to you later. I'm going to get to you later, Valle.
Week two.
I'm going to get to you. I'm going to get to you later when we're talking about that, all right? But today, as far as my philosophy goes, we're going to be talking about information overload. All right. And don't get me wrong. The irony is not lost on me because this is probably going to be an hour 40, hour 50, maybe 2 hour long episode. So I get it. But hear us out. All right. So that's really what it is. So if we're talking about information overload, right, from my perspective, so I'll just start from my perspective. There's so much going on right now in the world, right? We can talk about the Russian situation that happened, right?
Yeah.
The concert hall, which is tragic. Rest in peace. We can talk about Israel and the bombing of the 4 young men.
Yeah.
I think they were like teenagers or young men. Yeah. We can talk about the bridge collapse. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And be more. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. We can talk about so much, like there's so much to talk about. And we talking about, there's rising gas prices right now that we got to worry about. Like, you know what I mean? There's an election that we actually have to talk about. And there's so much going on, right? how do we manage this, bruh? Like from my perspective, right? I don't pay attention to local news. Like as far as the let me not say local news, but like the big commercialized news, like the big networks like CNN, I don't pay attention to none of that stuff. If I really want to know more about something, I'm actually looking it up myself. I'm going to find a little article, a little clip. You know, they don't really expect us to read things nowadays, right?
Yeah.
So I'm finding an article or something like that, right? Honestly, I'm going to look for news somewhere else, right? Out of this country, right? That's how I'm gonna do it. I don't know whether it's Al Jazeera back in the day. It used to be RT, BBC. If the stuff I know about Haiti ain't because I watch CNN.
Yeah,
it ain't because I watch CNN. I'm watching news sources from Haiti. You know what I'm saying? Granted, I can speak the language, so it helps. Mm-hmm. But I'm watching stuff from Haiti, and y'all seen what I posted, that UN document. Like I had to search for that. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like a lot of the issue with this information overload, it's a lot of the BS that's being put out there.
Yeah.
Like I talked to you guys before we started filming the Putin video, the Vladimir Putin video with him talking about, oh yeah, look, this artifact showing and proving that Jesus is black people. I'm trying to do this for you. Deep fake. None of it was real. Gotcha. None of it was real. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we get stuck with that. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I have an issue with that because, and another thing that happened recently, right? And I'll just go into this a little bit briefly. We'll talk about it a little later. But Wycleaf Jean was on this other program, Earn Your Leisure.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Multi-million-dollar platform. Fellas you're doing great. Salute to them. But they had him on there spewing nonsense. This is Wycleaf Jean, who attempted to run for president in Haiti. We talked about him, I think, last episode.
Yeah, last
Yeah.
episode.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
How do you not know what you're talking about? Now, how is that possible?
He's not an expert.
You know how much he got wrong? Bro, you ran for president in Haiti. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ran for president in Haiti.
Yeah.
You tried to, at least. You should know the basic facts.
One would think, right?
Yeah. One thing that was glaring is he talked about CARICOM. CARICOM is like an 8 to 9 nation conglomerate that is used to control the Caribbean, mainly Haiti.
It's like the EU for the Caribbean.
Bingo. It's like the EU for the Caribbean.
Okay.
He said, yeah, this thing called CARICOM, it's 8 guys in Jamaica that are running Haiti. I'm like, oh my God, like what? And they're like, yeah, Wyclef, man. Yeah, thanks, man. I didn't know man.
See,
I'm like, what the hell is going on?
But that's normal,
You read the comments and these people are like cheering it. I'm like, what
But that's normal. That's what,
That's
unfortunately.
horrible.
So to your point,
Yeah.
you don't watch the local, you know what I mean, news because of that reason. Because of that reason, right? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So you don't do that because that's the BS that we get. We're not able to get the truth. Mm-hmm. We like you said, Earn Your Leisure. Salute to those guys. They bring him on his platform, and they didn't sit down to do the due diligence of like, is this nigga talking about?
No, not at all.
Nigga, go back on the stage and fucking go find Lauryn Hill.
Shut up and dribble, dog.
You know what I'm saying?
Shut up
But
and
that's
dribble, dog.
that's the thing. And then no one does their research and then just continues to just think that what he's saying is actual factual, right? And it's regardless of whatever side you on politics wise, it's the same bullshit that they do, you know, for people that don't have the time.
Right.
They don't do the information. It truly is an overload because then they kind of spoon feed you, go back to the algorithm game of like, we're just going to then feed you what we want you to see.
Right.
So I think that I'm not surprised.
That's a reality I think is very trash, first of all.
Yeah.
You got also, what's his name? What's buddy's name? Jason, you guys might not know him out there, but his name is Jason Black. And he was one of the main guys in this movement called the FBA movement, Foundational Black Americans.
Yeah.
Now, one guy took over that movement. His name is Tariq Nasheed.
Yeah.
So I caught a clip.
I'm sorry.
These people hate every melanated person that ain't from America. Like and it's bizarre to me that you're spreading this out there. I told you a while ago, I feel like that's a CIA op. You know what I mean? Putting this false information out there.
I'll say that's the one aspect of that movement that I don't like.
What's up? The division?
Yeah, like the divisiveness amongst like black people. And I always use this example, like when law enforcement pulls you over
Yeah.
And I think everybody has that fear or knows that fear of like, hey, I'm getting pulled over by the police, right?
Yeah.
The fear isn't because I'm from Jamaica or I'm from Haiti,
right?
Or it's because I'm black, okay? And that's what they see,
right?
They don't see your ethnicity, they don't see what country you're from. They see black,
right,
and white,
right. That's
or non-white. That might go a different way. Who knows?
Right.
But I mean, like that's the fear within that, man. So that's one thing I don't like about that. Initially, when I heard about that movement, I was one of those people that's like, oh, that sounds cool. You know, that sounds dope. Hey, I'm gonna get behind that. Get in the room and you hear the divisiveness going on. It's like, nah, I don't subscribe to this. Like, like this,
right.
this I ain't with this.
That's the same guy that's like the foundational American type of situation thing. Like if you're he's like if you talk about certain black issues, he's like, if you're not an African American, if your relatives aren't from America,
pretty much
have a place to speak about certain
pretty much
in America, even if you're a black person.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
They say foundational, like you have to have answers there.
Foundational,
but it's nonsense because first of all, it's nonsense because when you think about it, think about a place called Chicago. Everybody knows what Chicago is, right?
Yeah. Right, Midwest.
There's a guy named Jean Pontoussaint. There was a guy named Jean Pontoussaint. It would be like Jean Pontoussaint in like English or something like that if you were to try to look it up. Yeah. But Jean Pontoussaint is the guy who actually started the colony, founded the colony that would become Chicago.
Yeah.
Crazy, right?
That's the dude that literally came from the place y'all calling Haiti today.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Nat Turner, mother was a Haitian, but they call her Haitian. What are you talking about?
Even in Louisiana, you know, like
what's more foundational than that?
Yeah, that's true. There's essence of
absolutely.
Oh yeah, for sure,
absolutely,
for sure.
So it's like,
absolutely, it's all in the culture. You know what I mean,
bro?
Yeah.
Not only that, but when you talk about Louisiana, if it wasn't for those people that y'all calling old tethers, like the FBA be saying and all that kind of stuff, there would be no America this size.
Yeah,
you get what I'm saying? There would be because of the Louisiana Purchase caused by those Africans.
Yeah.
What's more foundational than that, bro?
You know, people like him kind of reminds me of that Rustin quote. You know, when he's like, when we tell such lies and when we believe such lies, we do the work of our oppressors by oppressing ourselves. You know, so it's like he's one of the people like that.
No, say that again. That quote.
When we tell such lies and we start to believe those type of lies, we do the work of our oppressors by oppressing ourselves.
Okay,
that's true.
You know?
Right.
So it's like people like him. You know, instead of white people don't got to worry about doing anything at all. You know what I'm saying? Because you got people like him doing it all
for them.
You know,
Yeah.
so it's kind of crazy, man.
Right.
Like, it's your own people, really. That, you know, all of this comes from.
Here's the tricky part too. I don't think people realize, right? When you think about the FBI, right? Back in the day, the head of the FBI, who's been there since like the early 1900s, right? The early 20th century. J. Edgar Hoover, that guy. He's on a record.
Villainous of all villains.
He had a hand in taking out all of our heroes. Everybody you claim to be a hero.
Absolutely.
And this man is
he really is, dog.
Literally.
Yeah.
And he's on record saying he wanted to stop the rise of a black messiah. This is the head of the FBI at the time, who's the head. The FBI building is still named after him today.
Yeah.
Right.
They had a really good portrayal of him in Judas and the Black Messiah.
Yes, it was a really good one.
Yeah.
But that's the FBI, right?
Right.
The FBI is not allowed to technically do work outside of the country.
That's
right?
CIA.
That's the CIA.
Yeah.
So if one group is doing this, stop the rise of the black messiah, and if you're doing that, then you're obviously wanting the white to stay on top. What do you think the CIA is doing overseas? What do you think everything
Maintaining
they do
that.
overseas is for? To maintain that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Whether you're a president in Haiti that's trying to do something for your people in the 90s, CIA backed the rebels coming out of DR trying to cut your head off, dislocate your head from your body.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, they don't want, like, the notion of any other group of people rising is a problem.
It's a problem.
Any other group of people doing well is a problem. Any other system that puts yours to shame doing well is a problem. And again, you guys have heard me say it for, ad nauseum, really. I'm optimistic because I think it's going to change. I really do. I want to be a part of what's going to make America great. For real. You know what I mean? Y'all thought I was going to say great again, right? Y'all thought I got you. I got you.
Slightly inappropriate.
What up? Go ahead, bro.
But I feel like there's enough interracial relationships going on that it's going to kind of work itself out anyway.
No, it will. But they say 20, 43.
Like in a sense, like all you racist grandparents are gonna be grandparents to mixed babies. Like
Right.
you really ain't gonna have a choice. You're
Right.
gonna die, wither away, and your racially ambiguous kids are going to continue to procreate with other racially ambiguous people.
Right.
And
I love it.
you know, as the world turns.
I love
Yeah,
it.
man. By 2035, they say that
2035, okay.
we should have a good amount.
A brown skinned African looking Manhattan.
There's no way to stop it. And y'all have heard me say in the past
Change
where
is coming whether you like
period,
it or not.
whether you like it or not. I love it. And,
I say that because Dick is being slain out here, man.
hey, yo, I guess. I mean, that's not a no Diddy, is it? Like, that's not a no Diddy. Okay.
Depends on how you slice it.
No, man. But no, I'm very excited about that. And y'all have heard me say in the past, man, one of the easiest ways to get over this, like, this overload of incorrect information or BS, right? Just, inundating you with all this and you just throw your hands up.
Yeah.
Play chess and learn a little bit of history, like from multiple sources. So you're not learning the wrong history and cementing that in your brain.
Yeah.
Play chess and learn some history. That's in that order. Like, you know what I mean? That's serious. So when they spew the BS at you, you know enough history to be like, okay, this happened around this time, and this doesn't make sense. It don't fit in with this time frame that I already been studying. I know about.
Yeah.
So they can't get the BS value.
It's kind of like how do you cure hate with love? How do you cure misinformation with good
Information, yeah.
Like decent information, and actually spending time to do your own research to make sure that what you're hearing is the right thing. you
Right.
know?
Community notes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like that's a form of, hey, we come around and we help eliminate disinformation.
And
We will tell you the truthful facts on
or whatever's closest to the truth.
or whatever's close to the truth,
Right.
whatever we can prove.
Right. And aggregate is tough nowadays because of the internet, right? Aggregate information is tough because we just talked about the Putin thing with Russia and talking about, Jesus was black and it's all BS.
Well, I'll say this, for every BS
What's up?
story that's at your fingertips,
Yeah.
there's also a factual story that's at your fingertips as well. So to me, it's a double-edged sword. It's not just, I can't just
is.
look at it,
That's
blanket
true.
it with like, oh, this is all bad. Like, it's not all bad.
Trust me, it takes effort. It takes a
It's
little
still
effort.
there. You know what? It
It's
takes less effort today than it did 40 years ago.
That's true. That is true.
I can't disagree with that.
Yeah,
I think,
that is
yeah, absolutely right.
That is
Definitely. Like TikTok, for instance, which shout out to TikTok. I hope y'all make it.
As much as so right, I still kind of hate.
What?
Not hate in the sense of like I hate the platform. I just hate it because I think it's annoying.
You think
That's
TikTok?
it.
You
Yeah, I
think
think-
the dancing on TikTok?
Yeah, I
is
think
annoying?
They
that
don't
aspect's
dance
annoying.
anymore,
But
though.
they don't dance.
They don't dance no more? I don't think so.
There's somebody out there still doing it. But with that being said, I think TikTok is also still useful and beneficial too. Like
Absolutely.
one of the stories I learned on TikTok. I'm not on TikTok, but obviously TikTok gets funneled into other social media platforms.
Right.
Was like the history of Hennessy and what Hennessy had done to help Black America, and how Hennessy had was like one of the first companies to really endorse promoting Black people. And I'm like, damn, it kind of makes sense why Hennessy got an NBA deal, and Hennessy has relationships and deals with like Nas and hip hop. I'm like, I didn't even know that. You know what I mean?
Right.
So like that's one of the benefits where it's like I get that information. I would have had to go look that up in maybe like a history book.
Right.
I don't know if Hennessy got a museum or something.
I'm sure
I
they
maybe
do.
got to go there to find that.
Right.
Where else am I going to find that information? Right.
They probably would. You probably would even be looking into this.
Nah, not at all. It's just that's just a
Hennessy to drinking.
That's just a random Black history fact, and I'm like, oh snap! I didn't know Hennessy did all this stuff for Black people. No wonder we love Hennessy so much. You know what I mean?
Next time you pouring it up, you're like, hey, did you know?
right. Talking point.
And talk about a double-edged sword with just the levels of alcoholism in our community. So it's very, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Look at this nigga
I'm
trying
just
to be a
saying.
Debbie Downer.
I'm just saying.
Like we
Yeah,
lifting
I-
up the
I-
black
I'm
drink.
just saying.
Like calm the fuck down, man.
Don't, you know what I mean? You know what I mean?
go.
Hey, we ain't
Here
even,
we
wait till we get to scrap metal media. Wait till we get to
Listen.
scrap metal. We're going to talk about Diageo a little bit. We're going to talk about Diageo. You know what I mean? But I really do hope y'all feel us on this as far as the information overload and how to handle it, so to speak, or just if you were unaware that it's actually a thing, just making yourself aware. Like, be careful what you're consuming. That's important, man. That's important. But if y'all ain't got nothing else, man, I actually really want to get to scrap metal media. We got a lot to talk about, and yeah, that's really it for my philosophy. If y'all cool, man.
Yeah.
No
All
doubt.
right. Let's go to Scrap Metal Media, man. Let's go. Scrap Metal Media. Welcome to Scrap Metal Media, where all news is Tuesdays. Take it away. All right, fellas. Take these off. We got a lot to talk about in Scrap Metal Media today, bro. We got a lot to talk about, man. Yes, for real. There's a lot going on in our world, bro. Like I told y'all in my philosophy, I was excited for this Scrap Metal Media. 2 weeks off almost, or a week off would do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Things just start to pile up.
Gives you a lot to think about.
sure.
Yeah.
Recharge, yes, it was great.
It gives the world a lot, to make happen.
Right. Gives it a lot of time to feed
of
us
bullshit.
with bingo. There you go.
Especially from
you said it before.
people in the comments. Hold on.
You throwing shots already?
You know what? No, hold on. Let me.
You throwing shots? Is this a no names beef? Is this a no names beef?
So
No names beef, everybody. No names beef.
Okay, so I'm just gonna,
himself.
hold on. I prepared something.
Yes,
I prepared
go
something.
ahead.
Let me
Prepared a statement.
I prepared a statement.
Oh
so
Lord. What's up, man?
I, NoName, would
Lord.
like to apologize.
Okay.
I would like to apologize to all
Okay.
the fuckboy people out there. Right? Y'all stupid motherfuckers think I care what y'all say.
Oh man, that's fair.
Right?
That's fair.
I have an opinion.
That's fair.
Y'all don't have to agree with it.
Yeah.
You know what? It's fucking whatever.
He got a point.
You know what I'm saying? So y'all don't like the take of how that affect the price of rice. Right? So to be clear, what I was saying was, hey, as a society, as not black people, we tend to spend time on things that I feel in my peer review that we shouldn't be doing.
Yeah.
Right? I use the example of, hey, we spend a lot of time and we are not up yet. Right? And you guys were talking about, it's always about money with no name.
That's hilarious.
The
capitalist.
So, yeah. So what I really, let me dive a little bit deeper. If you guys weren't reading
Please,
through
feel
the
free.
lines, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
What that is, hey, we as a society, we're spending time to, yes, that project is great. I'm not gonna, the project, we want to go back, we want to find our ancestors, we want to do all of this. If you don't know what I'm talking about whatever the fuck that shit name.
The 10 million names.
Who gives a
right
fuck?
there.
Right, so
I'm gonna let you shoot, bro. I'm gonna let you shoot. I don't want no parts.
Right,
shoot,
so
please.
whatever the hell that is, right?
Yeah, go ahead, bro.
Right.
What I was saying is, like, out of everything that we're doing as a society to move forward, right, we still have systemic racism that we're still fighting. We still have these other different things of, hey, we don't have a good candidate to put in the White House. No one in this room thinks that the two people that are currently running thinks that we should be there. We should spend time of going out to vote and understanding who we are putting into office, the ones that really have the power. So that's what I mean by that. We're spending our time. I understand we're trying to look at our history, but I think we spend a lot of time looking backwards than trying to look forward and trying to push ourselves forward, right? Trying to move, trying to do these type of things. You might not agree. That's your fucking problem. Right? You might not.
My dog was pondering.
You might not like, oh man, he's fucking wrong. This motherfucker no name, show your face. Fuck you. You dig? You know what I'm saying? It's up and it's fucking stuck.
Oh,
you understand what I'm saying? So like, I don't really want to hear that
You say
bullshit.
purple devil emoji.
Like, you know what I mean? Back to our
devil
regular schedule
emoji.
program.
Yo,
That's
I
hilarious.
can
Go
just
ahead.
imagine somebody
That's
typing in
hilarious.
the comments, hey boy, show your face. I said
Show your face. How that
Show your
affect the
face,
price
I
of
said
rice?
that.
Yeah, show my face. Oh, I wanna go chill.
Hey, that's hilarious.
You smash it up.
NoName. His face gonna be hidden forever.
Straight.
I can't wait. I can't wait for these live shows, bro. I can't wait for these live shows.
The man talk to him. Let them chat like let them
Okay, what'd you say, Valle G? Okay. A little tense there.
I'm like, hey, feel free to shoot, bro. Hey, go ahead and shoot, bro. My hands are up, all right?
Easy, my brother.
My hands are up. Yes, yes.
Easy.
Calm.
Touch the nerve there, huh?
I know. My dog had a week and a half to sit on that. Diddy.
Heard everything y'all said. It was like, oh, I got some.
My husband that bring reading each comment.
Yes.
I put all names on bullets. Nigga.
That's hilarious.
Load that back up.
That's hilarious.
Load that up, man.
That is hilarious, man. Damn.
Back. I'm sorry.
How you say buddy with the Kevin Samuels? Damn. Last episode, that was hilarious. Damn. Maybe I am a
bitch.
Damn. Hilarious, man. All right, man.
Oh,
so back to our regularly scheduled program, right? That's NoName's beef. I can take the shades off now. I'm good.
No, you good.
All right, cool.
Everything's safe.
Yeah. Damn.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow. All right, man. All right, we ain't having NoName's beef in a minute, for real. Like, for real. That was, all right, bro. I'll leave you alone today, bro. I don't want no smoke today, all right? So back to the regularly scheduled program, man. Our governor is busy, bro.
Very busy.
Our governor is very busy. My man
Active.
he almost dropped like 30 bills on, what was it, this Monday? Almost Sunday and Monday, like 30 bills almost. 29, I think it was exactly.
You know what's crazy?
What's up, bro?
A few of the ones that made headlines, I can't even sit here and act like I totally disagree with some of them. It's kind of wild.
I agree. With all the major ones, I agree.
I was just like, damn. Never I thought I'd find myself
Lifelong Democrat.
You know what I'm saying? Hold on.
Lifelong Democrat. I got to put these back on. All right, man. I don't want no smoke. I don't want no smoke.
With the blue label over here.
Hands up, don't shoot. Hands up, don't shoot.
I was just like, damn, because he's kind of asinine, man. So I just was like,
nah, don't do that. He's actually very intelligent. He just don't got your best. He probably don't have your best interest at heart.
Yeah.
I don't think
don't sleep. Don't let them play stupid.
I don't think he has any of my interest at heart.
There you go.
For the most part.
There you go.
But
there you go.
I can't say I disagree with
There you go.
I can't say I disagree with everything.
Yep. I've been talking about the internet needing to be locked down.
But what
kids 13 years, 14 years and younger don't need to be on them.
Yeah, you had an analogy. What was it? Like I
say a lot of cool
things. Fuck out of here, nigga. But now you had one was like a blind squirrel finds a nut.
There you go. There you go. Something like that.
A blind squirrel finds a what?
Something like that.
Finds a nut.
Whoa.
Something like that.
Something like that. No Diddy.
Diddy.
That wasn't the thing. No Diddy. Something like that. It was something along those lines.
So, all right. So wait a minute.
A broken clock is right.
At what point we gonna let all this go?
That's exactly what it was. Yeah.
That's what it was.
That's exactly what it was.
Close enough.
That's exactly. I didn't make it up.
So wait, the blind squirrel shit don't fly. I feel like I heard that along the way. That's probably my pasta.
No, you know what? When I said the broken clock thing,
not today.
Not a proverb.
Not today.
Not a proverb.
I remember this conversation, bro. I remember this conversation when I said a broken clock is right twice a day. You were like, "Oh, I never heard that," and then you was like, "Oh, blind squirrel something." And I was like, I probably said no Diddy to you back then. I don't know. I probably did, but
a blind squirrel can't find a nut. I don't know, something like that.
Nah, we good. Bro.
Yeah, I messed it up. All right, country shit. Anyways,
talk about some of the bills that you said.
So you talked about the age restriction with social media. I am totally on board with that, man. I do not want to be interacting with like 13, 14-year-olds on the internet. Like, I don't need y'all on my page.
Yeah.
I don't need to be on this. I can't help if you're on the same platform, but we are not interested in the same topics. We're not going to be talking about the same type of substance. Like, no. We should not be in chats liking the same picture. Like, nah, weird, I don't like it.
It's weird. That
like, I'm cool with keeping them in whatever section or area they need to be in. Like, the area for the kids is where the kids need to be.
Right.
The adults is over here. Like, I like
agree.
that degree of separation.
Yeah. You know, there's actually resistance though, right? There's this like internet freedom organization that's planning to fight him on this, bro. Go take him to court.
The reason I don't have an issue with it is because trafficking. You know what I'm saying? We always talk about like human trafficking.
I don't play with that.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like that's an avenue that leads to that. these kids being on these platforms.
Right.
It's like, hey, you know, nah, y'all don't need to be on these platforms.
Right.
Like it's creeps, all types of pedophiles, all types of crazy people out here.
I agree.
That's already on these platforms too. Like, nah, y'all don't need to be on it with them. Like we're I'm cool with that. But you know, obviously within that bill that he signed, parents, I guess the parents still have a way to waive it or sign or, you know.
No, that's if you're 14 and 15.
So you have to have your parents' permission
for 15 and 14 and 15.
Yeah,
but
see,
anybody under 13, no, not at all.
So now it's not even an option.
Nope.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good with that. I'm good with that. I'm good with it.
I love it.
I mean, you don't 13. What are you doing on the internet anyway?
Yeah, bro.
Because I can tell you what I was doing on the internet
On social
at that
media
age.
specifically.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
it's weird.
Like you don't need to be.
It was all porn. It was mostly porn. Mostly porn and music. Mostly porn and music.
100%.
Porn and
Like,
music.
like, what do you need to be on there for? Like, other than you know, maybe researching for school topics or something like that. Like, what do you need to be on this platform?
But that's
for?
different.
That's different from social media. Though.
Yeah, that's not. That's just the internet. That's the internet access. You
And
know
we
what I
ain't
mean?
even talk about what Texas did. Like Texas made it necessary to actually show your ID for porn sites. All right.
That's crazy.
And Pornhub.
Oh wait, is it showing your ID? Because I remember I saw that one too. Is
I
it
think
showing
that
your
might be
ID
another
or is
state.
it I don't think it's showing your ID.
What is it?
I know they had a requirement.
There's another state that wanted to do the ID.
That is.
I know they have a specific.
No, I think
requirement now
Texas
if you
is show
wanna-
your
That
ID.
is fucking.
Is it show your
Double check.
ID?
That is.
Double check.
If so,
Right.
and Chris on the
No,
clock.
but
so
Pornhub pulled out.
I'm sure they would. I'm pretty sure.
I didn't mean to do that. No pun intended.
Oh, really?
So they got out of there, and
Pornhub pulled out.
My assumption is every other major.
Hold on. Pause. That tells me that they know they have an abundance of people that love the kitty type, fake kitty type porn. If they pull it out, then they know they're gonna lose something.
So I can see how you came to that.
Was I right? The ID?
You're right.
Texas?
Yeah, the new law
Wendy's right again.
requires users to prove their age with government issued IDs. Damn.
I'm cool with
Crazy,
that.
right?
I'm cool with
now,
that.
I could see.
I mean, I'm cool with it, but damn.
I could see.
I'm cool with it. Why? What problem do you have with that?
I could see how one could come to the conclusion that you came to with that. With that being said, I don't know anybody out there, and I think they did a movie on this too. Like, like the first big porn company or whatever.
I didn't watch it.
I seen like part of the movie.
Yeah.
But the big emphasis on it for them as a company is how they started getting people to pay for pornography was we don't need to be a company that broadcasts pornography. We need to be a legitimate company that nobody knows what the fuck we are or what we do. That sounds very, quiet.
Right.
Very under the radar.
Nondescript.
Nondescript, yes.
Very nondescriptive. I don't think the main people that consume pornography are going to be like, hey man, I want you to know, here's my government ID,
my ID, that's what
with
I'm
my name. I can see how you came to the conclusion you came to, and I do not disagree with it. But I think it's not very realistic to think that the people that are consuming this stuff are actually going to be like, hey, I want you to see and know who I am, my address, and nobody's
before
going
I get that nut.
Yeah, nobody's going to broadcast that.
But you've heard of metadata, right?
Meta what?
Metadata.
Oh, shit that captures your.
No, metadata is like fragments of information, and it's key things would alarm a system. Like if you're typing that kind of stuff,
crazy stuff.
Right? This was the stuff Edward Snowden made a big deal about. Anything that's weird, that's when they focus in on you. Yeah, you got to put your ID in, but they're not tracking exactly. Somebody ain't in the room. Like, look at this weirdo. Hey, come on, look at this weirdo. He likes this. Look at this midget porn. Like, no, they're not doing that. That's the scare tactic. Oh yeah, they're gonna watch exactly. No.
He said midget.
If you're on stuff that's illegal and stuff you're not supposed to be on, and you're typing certain things in, that might have somebody on your radar. That might trip an alarm or something.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
It makes it easier for them to find you now too.
Right.
If your alarm is stripped and they keep this guy keeps searching for this shit.
Yeah.
And we have his ID too. You know what I'm trying to say?
There's correlations between what you're watching and pedophiles. There's actually correlations between sexual deviance and what you're watching.
I don't doubt
There's
that.
correlations.
Yeah.
Like there's people, I'm not one of them, but there's people that study it. There's people that do this for a living. The people who go out and catch these people, there's correlations.
Yeah.
These bills and stuff don't come out of nowhere. There's people that study this stuff.
There's habits there.
Right.
Yeah, 100%.
Right. And what happens is the corporations get their fake scientists and their people that want to keep making money that want them to keep making money. They get them to think of ways to stop this, to think of ways to get our energy against it as regular people, to get our energy to go against it. All this stuff happens in the background and we never know about it. You get what I'm saying?
I know what you mean.
They use our energy to fight against it.
I would love to know what did the statistics say about those numbers in Texas.
I bet they're disgusting.
Now that law. I bet you all that shit is plummeted.
Shout out to Texas.
Boom. Like, hey, we ain't making no money in this state.
Remember, it's for Pornhub. It's for
Pornhub. That Pornhub specifically was trying to put. Pornhub's one of the largest.
Yeah, absolutely, right.
They thought they had enough clout to cause like people to go into an uproar. They forgot they were a porn site. You think people are gonna be like, yeah, free Pornhub? No, it ain't like y'all ain't TikTok.
If Pornhub if Pornhub is putting on that kind of restriction, then shit. Right to you.
So basically, the state of Texas said,
hey, let me stop talking.
So the state of Texas basically said, hey, you have to show your ID in order to get into whatever these websites are.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
I'm
so
completely fine.
That is
they're not the first state.
You said they're not the first
They're
state?
not the first state. They may be the first state to actually enact it, but there was another state as well.
That tried it.
Was it Iowa?
I think it might have been Iowa. Yeah, I talked about this months ago.
You know what's crazy?
I talked about this months ago. What's up, bro?
I ain't gonna mention the person's name because they're probably gonna watch this, but
mention their name. Say their name. You want the shades? You say their name.
Bullet.
But
Name on that bullet.
Valley G's beef.
Not beef at all. It's
It was Oklahoma.
Oklahoma.
Tried it. Oklahoma.
And by the way, this bill is called House Bill 3.
Yeah.
All right, for y'all out there, House Bill 3 in Florida. House Bill 3.
Wait, is the same with the ID thing?
No, talking about the DeSantis, the 14 and under.
Okay.
The Florida bill.
That's House Bill 3.
House Bill 3,
okay.
yes.
Nah, man, I heard, I'm surprised you said Iowa was one of the states, because I've been told states like that, Nebraska, by a guy that I know, he was like, it's not a whole lot of people that look like us in these states. It's predominantly white people. So whenever black people do show up to these states, you gonna end up fucking a white woman simply because they have nothing to do in those states.
Yeah.
And they tend to fuck very, very well in those states because there's nothing to do.
Apparently,
Right.
Apparently, it's not hard.
I can say, and let me look at the camera. I have not had this experience, okay?
Sure.
Fucking a white woman in Nebraska, Iowa.
Where's Dr. Umar when you need him?
None of these people.
Where's Dr. Umar when you need him?
That's my brother.
Stay focused, my brother.
Hey, I can't say it. I'm a milkman, so I'm sorry.
That's hilarious.
You got a little cream in your coffee.
That's what I've been told. So that's why I just kind of chuckle whenever those states get.
Hey, it is what it is.
You like to spread your Nutella on the white toast.
Hey, I said.
Like, whoa.
We could.
Hey, you like what you like, bro. You like what you like.
I value my freedom.
Apparently, some cream in the coffee ain't doing too bad.
It is what it is, bro.
It is what it is.
Hey, you already said what it's going to be in 2034, 2035?
Yeah.
So it is what it is.
It is what it is, right?
It's coming, man.
It is what it is. I ain't mad at it at all.
So what did you think about his homeless, the bill he signed dealing with homeless people?
That is actually House Bill 1365, right? I, again, like it. I like it a lot. I remember when it was time for me to, I wanted to live downtown, right? I wanted to have a condo, have that like downtown bachelor experience, right? And me looking at a lot of the spots downtown, a lot of the issues I would get from the locals was, yeah, it's cool and all the building's nice, but there's a big homeless problem.
Yep.
When you get down, they're going to be panhandling. I ain't want to deal with that. Yeah. So I moved my spot into a condo like literally south of downtown, right there. And I was cool. I still kind of got that downtown experience, but I wasn't right in the middle of it because that's how much I did not want to have issues with that or deal with any of that. Because the homeless population, what they don't tell you, what a lot of liberal people won't tell you is that they have a huge issue with mental health issues right now. Yeah. Within the homeless population. Most of them is mental health cases, drug out. They don't want to say that because they, but hey, that's a lot of the problem.
That's what it is. So
what's up?
I know specifically I read what that law was that it kind of forbids them from sleeping in public places.
Yeah.
That's probably the only issue I really have with it. Is like,
you're going to have a space. They're creating encampments.
Yeah. So my question now is like, okay, if they can't sleep in a public spot, and I can't say that I disagree with that. Like, hey, I don't want to. If we're trying to make present the city a certain way, let's say the Olympics decides to come to Orlando.
Sure.
Hey, we want the city of Orlando to look great, so we don't need our homeless population all over the place, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Cool. But my thing is like,
and bust them out.
you pretty much already answered the question.
Hold on. You got to say that again, bro. What did you say?
Do like what LA do and just bust them out.
There you go. They've been doing that since like the 40s.
Fuck it, terrible. Snowfall did a great representation of that. In
That
episode.
actually happened. That's history. That actually happened. It's still happening now, but they call them migrants.
But
They call them migrants. That's a fact. They call them migrants. They're homeless, right? They call them migrants.
all in your mentions. All right, in your mentions. Anyways,
let me put these on.
so
We're here to
question,
speak the truth.
my question was basically, and you pretty much have already answered it. Would we be able to create a space since those people are going to be displaced? Like, hey, you can't sleep in a public spot.
Yeah.
You got to sleep somewhere.
Yeah, that's what's actually happening. They're creating spaces for them because what you have now is that there are spaces, right? Shelters.
Yeah.
But obviously those places fill up with people pretty quickly.
Not that.
Right?
A lot of people don't want to go there.
Yeah.
They don't want to go to the shelter.
They don't want to be.
There's
That's a
rules.
fact. They don't want to. These people, you have freedom.
Yeah.
Now you're telling me I got to go somewhere that has rules.
Because in the shelter, you got to be back at a certain time.
You have to be in.
Can't do certain things. Hey, you can't smoke.
You
Can't smoke. Can't do drugs in here. You can't drink in here.
Yeah.
You got to be on a. You got to be like on a path of getting.
That's very extreme.
That's a fact. These are realities.
This is
though.
reality.
Hey, come on, man. Everybody ain't
You got to
smoking.
be on
Everybody ain't smoking.
No, not
crack,
everybody.
though.
Oh, no.
You got to be in that trajectory of getting your life
Say it again?
together. You got to be in that trajectory of getting your life together if you're going to be going to the shelter, right?
Which is very difficult.
Which is very difficult to do.
Yeah.
You know.
And also, another thing they don't talk about in these shelters is sometimes you're locking in lions with sheep.
Yeah.
Like sometimes the wolves are in there with the lambs. You know what I'm saying? It's right for the picking. Like that's these are realities, and people don't want to address these realities, bro.
Yeah.
Like I saw it kind of slightly off topic, but I saw Mayor Eric Adams episode on the Breakfast Club. I think it was earlier today, right? And y'all don't know we're recording this on Friday. But Good Friday, shout out to y'all, man. Good Friday, all the
When it's a shout out to y'all.
shout out to y'all. Good Friday. All right, so Mayor Eric Adams was on there, and the Breakfast Club is so slick. iHeartRadio, they slick.
Yeah.
Okay.
Envy and Charlemagne, how they were doing this, man.
Fuck them.
It was so much. I seriously.
Yeah.
So they brought on this attorney / activist.
Yeah.
I can't remember her name off the top of my head. But if Angry Black Woman had a picture for today,
It's her.
Friday, the 29th of March,
She's
it would be her.
the poster child.
It'd be her.
Wow.
This is how it was so cringe. How hard she was, how much vitriol she was spewing at Mayor Eric Adams. I'm like, first of all, do you think it's easy to be a mayor?
No. But
What's up?
my caveat to that is
What's up?
that's a job you signed up for.
Of course.
So
But people don't understand how politics works. This is a dirty game. Look at all the and he talked about it in his interview. A lot of black mayors right now are facing a lot of ridicule. You think black people can't govern? Shout out to Elon Musk. You think black people can't govern? You know what I mean? You think?
did you watch it?
Which one?
The Elon Musk.
I didn't watch the whole thing. I saw clips though.
I saw clips.
I didn't watch the whole thing.
It didn't look good.
I'm not an Elon fan. You know that.
I know.
not an Elon
Phony
fan.
start.
I can't recall
Phony
it.
start.
I do think there were times where what's his name? The Don Lemon.
Yeah.
Not Don Lemon. Yeah, Don Lemon. I thought
He
there were
had-
times where he was going a little too like.
I don't think
There were moments I felt were like, yo,
didn't-
chill.
I
Be
didn't-
a little
I
more,
didn't-
you know what I mean?
I didn't feel that way.
I'm your boss. Don't forget that.
I didn't feel that way, man. I felt like
Felt like he was
I-
just completely.
Yeah, Don. He's just very straightforward with the questions. He was like, "Hey, can you prove this?
Right.
Hey, there's no actual data showing this and this.
Right.
Like that's just very straightforward."
He had
But-
Elon very flustered.
Oh yeah, clearly. Oh, he was ready to go. He was ready
I
to
loved
go.
it.
But anyways,
I loved it.
Back to
So
that.
okay.
Yeah.
So this
Mayor Adams.
You get her
bam.
name?
I get her name, but it's hard to pronounce. It's
Let
I think
me
she's
see, I know
Nigerian.
it.
It's like Ola Yemi.
Olayemi?
Olayemi. Yeah, Olarin. Yeah,
Yes.
Olayemi.
Olurin,
You
yes.
said he talked about basically. You said black people governing or falling under a lot of scrutiny.
No.
Right
the
now.
other mayors across the country and in these major cities that happen to be black mayors that won great elections and came in during COVID and all this kind of stuff.
A lot of scrutiny.
Everybody's facing scrutiny. Everybody's
Yeah.
under the microscope right now.
DEI.
Right. So she literally grilled him the whole interview.
Right.
So she would come out with an emotional plea. Oh, you didn't do, you didn't do. And then he would give a logical answer.
Right.
Something that made a lot of sense to me.
Yeah.
Right.
And then they just move on. The Breakfast Club guys, Envy and Charlamagne, just move on, switch to another thing.
It's a part of
like,
your thing.
what the hell is going on?
You
gotta, bro. If I come, if you come at me super emotional and I give a logical answer, a logical response, you gotta address that.
Yeah.
What did I just say that you disagreed with?
That's a part of their thing. That's a part of the agenda.
Right.
You know, they're in on it.
They
too.
work for iHeartRadio.
Yeah, they're in on it, bro.
They work.
You know, so
They
when
work
they
for
do that, it's a part of it. Yeah,
Right.
yeah, 100%.
Right.
They work for the company.
And logic
The
will
company, right.
to us. You know what I'm saying? Logic will always trump emotion. But
Absolutely.
It's kind of weird because it's like even though it does in the moment, it doesn't get addressed. You know what I'm trying to say?
Right.
Like, so it's not even surprising that happened.
Bro, I just felt like it was so messed up. What made me remember that is the talk about the homeless situation, right? He's talking about crime. Right now, a lot of mental health. People are getting pushed on subways. That's happening at least a few times a month right now.
Yeah, people are dying.
It's happening, happening a lot.
Recently too, yeah.
So they're getting at him for the crime, but in literally the same breath, they're getting at him for the increased police presence, especially in the subway.
So damn,
Which one do you want?
I'm damned if I do, and I'm
Damned if I do,
don't.
damned if I don't.
Yeah.
People are complaining about like homeless people sleeping on their stoops. Homeless people, when you're walking by, you getting attacked in certain situations. Like it actually happens. And he's talking about, I'm in these city meetings with these people that are black and brown saying they need police. And she's like, oh, you're too much. I'm like, what the heck? We in the twilight zone, bro. We in the twilight zone.
And instead of Charlamagne and them saying, what do you want him to do?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
they're not saying that.
Saying that. Yeah.
First of all, I hope I don't get a lot of hate for this, but y'all already know I am the no bias man. I stand on what I say, and it's very measured. I believe black women right now in this country are being used to tear down black men.
100%.
You said right now?
Right now. Past few years, I believe black women have been elevated to a position to help tear down black men.
Let's
Please.
Can we bring it back real quick?
We can open it up. We can peel the onion.
I don't know how deep you trying to go.
You know what's so powerful about what you just said?
What's up, bro? They're being used right now.
It's true because I had literally had this conversation last week,
up?
and I was saying that you got to understand what's at play here. It's control, right? If men are removed from that position of power, of that position of like being head and the woman is second or whatever, it's easier to control, right? Because it's easier to sway a woman than it is a man, because a woman is more emotional,
more agreeable,
and all this kind of stuff. So if you can use a black woman to tear down a black man,
I can't agree with that.
You can't say nothing wrong.
I can't agree. I can't agree with that.
It's woman in general, but it's
I can't agree with that point because I don't think we can actually legitimately prove. I think that's subjective.
Prove what?
I don't.
What you mean? What you mean?
I think
prove what?
I don't think we can necessarily prove that women are more susceptible to be swayed that way. I think it's subjective because we've seen it.
Women are more agreeable.
Advertisements, advertisers, when they're making their advertisement, they gear towards women
literally
because they spend more money, right?
It was invented to go towards women.
But I think that's also psychological too.
Absolutely.
I don't know if you can just quantify it and say like, hey, they are more susceptible to this because they're women.
There's people that research this.
Think about this.
I don't know if we want to just lean into that.
You just said it though. You said they spend more money.
Yeah.
Why do they spend more money? Because the advertising
that's geared and targeted towards that.
They're easier led. If you can spend, if I can advertise this and you spend more money, that doesn't mean it's easier for me to lead you to spend more money. So you're easily led.
Okay, so I agree with that. I agree if you bring it down to like a niche, like if you talk about relationships, if you talk about fashion, if you talk about if you bring it to a category or area, I'm more agreeable when it comes to that. But I don't want to just broadly say it and be like, all women are this way or all women lean towards. I don't think we can necessarily just say that.
Let me say this. I hope y'all understand what I'm saying.
But I get it. I get where y'all coming from.
I feel you. You're trying to cover all bases and be nice and stuff. Here's the thing. This is listen. Hear me. I know, right? This is an age-old story.
True.
Women literally, almost by definition, are easier to get past than men.
100%. Yeah.
Like there's a story called The Story of Adam and Eve. There was a snake in the garden. I hope y'all don't believe that happened for real. Literally, this is a metaphor.
The story
and this is thousands of years old.
The story is crazy.
You go through women to get through a society.
Why did the serpent go to Eve and
I don't believe it happened literally, but I'm just saying. Yes, there's a metaphor there.
Why though?
Trojan horse. You go through. If you want to control and take over, you go through women first.
Okay.
There's a guy named Samson in the Bible.
Delilah.
Right. You go through women first to get through the men.
Yeah.
A lot of examples.
And there's a reason why the people that's running the world have been elevating women lately, and I love women. Please, y'all don't misunderstand, because it's gonna be people like, "Oh, He-Man women haters club." No, I love and respect women to the nth degree.
But you think it's definitely manipulation?
If y'all can't see this, I can't help y'all.
Yeah, it's true.
If y'all can't see it,
true, man.
like men and women are to work together.
Yeah,
don't fall for this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
We should never. The minute you have women and men going against each other,
Right,
man, that's it.
There's a balance. There's a balance.
I actually agree with the Kevin Samuels point. This shit's probably been happening since like probably like the 70s. So for you
with the feminist movement, the new age, that new age feminism.
I tend to agree with that perspective on it. Like, because
he's right.
But you can see it in our community, because I'm pretty sure everyone in this room knows somebody that's a single parent.
Oh, of course,
right?
Absolutely.
And
we all, I think,
9 times out of that person, that person comes from our community, right? Majority of the time,
And it's not just our community.
It's not just our community. But
most of the time, it's
that's very applicable to our community.
Absolutely.
Is it applicable to everybody else? Yes. But if you break down the numbers or you look at the degree, like, it's not as prevalent. But it's definitely prevalent in our community, and a bunch of other things factored into that. But a lot of that has to do with what? Control. And a lot of that control is by what? Our oppressors. Our oppressors work where? In our government. So I mean that it's all tied. So I don't disagree wholeheartedly, but I would just say
it just sounds too harsh to you.
No, I just think it's too blanketed, man. I think we probably need to kind of like,
women are more agreeable. I feel like that's like
not in every avenue.
In most avenue, they are.
Women are more agreeable.
Especially to the right man. Shit.
And again, I am no member of the He-Man Woman Haters Club. I love women, but facts I might love a little more.
But you feel like they've been manipulated.
We're all manipulated. Lately. Don't get me wrong. We're all manipulated. But all I'm saying is a tactic is elevating women above men, especially black men. Yeah. That's a tactic that's being used.
It's just a competition.
Well, it's multifaceted.
So I agree. I agree with that. It's a tactic being used.
Absolutely.
Division. You've seen it a lot within probably the last 8 years, in my opinion, like within both administrations. Right. That's what's being pushed. But man, like, it's a catch-22 because it's still a good thing. But
I don't mean it's a good thing. Like
you
elevating women.
Yeah, elevating women.
Yeah, it's a great thing. It's a great thing.
It's still a good thing.
You just got to know where you're being used and where you're not. You got to understand.
But I mean, like, we in a system where you either get pimped or you do the pimping. Like, that's it.
Iceberg Slim, he was the coldest cat. Okay.
Like, that's our system. You either get pimped or you do the pimping.
That's the
and a lot. I'm just telling you. And the U.S. military is the same thing. You ask anybody that's in the military, majority of the time, that's what they're gonna tell you. All right, man, this military, either you pimping or you get pimped.
Right.
Like, you use the military for your benefit, get everything you need out of it,
or they're gonna use you.
Yeah.
I see.
So, like, I mean, as people, when we decide to play this game, like, Mayor Eric Adams, like,
shout out to him. He had a great interview, by the way. Great interview. Great job keeping you cool. Great job.
I don't agree with how he's like been mayor for New York.
Why don't you agree? First of all, why don't you agree? I want to hear this.
Like any person, I think he's probably made some mistakes, man.
Who doesn't?
Yeah, I think it's fair, but it's also fair to have criticism too.
And
you know what I mean?
You're right. And by the way, let me just because I always love to have us just put the hat on right quick or try to walk in the shoes. You're in a leadership position at your job,
right?
How easy is it? Does everybody love you?
No.
Okay.
I don't want to be loved though, and I knew what I signed up for, which is why I embrace the criticism. In no way am I trying to say like, hey, he's
same thing for him.
I'm not saying he's a terrible mayor or anything like that. I'm just saying like, that's still a difficult job.
Very difficult.
But you still signed up for it.
True.
So like, you don't get to use you don't get to complain.
All I want people to understand.
We don't care if you think it's so hard and these decisions are tough. Guess what, motherfucker, go work a different job.
And he didn't do that. I don't want to characterize it as he did that.
I'm not saying he did.
He did not do that. He was as stoic as he can be, considering what he was facing. Like, this girl's, I'm like, damn, did he like date your auntie or something? Did he like steal your lunch money? Like, what happened? I was like, why is she so like?
Y'all got beef outside.
She was so. Y'all gonna watch the clip.
I'll check it out.
She was extra. I'm like,
how long was his interview with the Breakfast Club? Like an hour?
About 45 minutes.
Yeah, he usually about 40 minutes.
She was extreme, bro. Like, it was cringeworthy. I'm watching like,
but he was. I know in his history, what was he like? He's a former
He's pro-police.
Police chief.
He is pro-police.
Or law enforcement.
He is pro-police, and she's a liberal, clearly. So they don't like that.
Yeah, they're gonna butt heads. I mean, who owns iHeart?
There you go. There you
Are
go.
they Jewish?
There you go.
Stop.
There you go. I don't know if they are. But
Just kidding.
The money that they, that's probably Zionist or whatever they call it. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I don't think I'm going to bleep that. All right. So it is what it is. So that was we went around with that bill, man. 1365, House Bill 1365. But I felt like that required an actual in-depth conversation, a deep dive, so to speak. Mm-hmm. And that's an issue with a lot of these when we're talking about the radio show and the 45-minute interview.
You ain't gonna get to everything.
Bruh. Yeah. You should have went on a podcast.
Yeah.
Don't do the Breakfast Club.
But a lot of people listen to the Breakfast Club.
Yeah.
That's true.
So it might be in his best interest, even if it's only 40, 45 minutes to go and do the Breakfast Club.
Yeah.
But their owners, their bosses have a narrative.
Absolutely.
And it was clear.
Yeah.
It was clear. Watching that interview, it was very clear.
So you feel like they were against like it was like a setup, like, hey, we come in here to set him up and push our narrative that he's not a good mayor.
I don't think he expected
he's the opposition.
That. But I don't think they expected. I don't think he expected.
They have
that.
conversations before the interview and say where they're trying to make it go, this and that, and the third.
This is what I don't want you to touch. This is what
it's like when not giving him an opportunity, or better I say, when she says something and he addresses it and not diving into what he's addressing, speaks to their narrative. That's it. I think it's slick. They're not gonna push it in his face, but once he addresses a problem, let's not even get into that. Let's just keep it moving.
And again, for me, I'm gonna just say this again. My big issue with it was the fact that if you make an accusation, if you spew an accusation towards me, or something you heard in the media, which you should not trust corporate run media. I'm trying to please do not trust corporate. If the media has a commercial, don't trust them.
Come on, you asking Americans to do something they've been doing.
Please, just listen to me. Trust me, I know what I'm talking about.
You know what I'm saying? Since at least the 1920s, dog.
I know what I'm talking about.
We not saying you don't.
Don't trust corporate. If they got a commercial, don't believe what they say. CNN, all these, don't trust them.
You telling me I can't trust Jake from State Farm?
Don't.
That's what I'm saying, bro. He of course
I'm just trying to tell you. Read, do your own research.
They're not like a good neighbor.
I'm just saying. Y'all fellas, y'all know me long enough, so y'all should know this. If your news show has a commercial, it's run by a corporation.
Yes.
That corporation is run by a person, a family, a board, or whatever, publicly traded, whatever. They have an opinion. Right. They have, whether it's pharmaceuticals, whether it's the agriculture or whatever, they want more money. So whatever narrative that they're gonna push, whatever they want talked about, and whatever they don't want talked about,
it's with the objective of money.
Their will be done.
Yeah.
So you're watching this, not realizing you're getting brainwashed by you said it earlier, the oppressor. I know we got AC right now. We're broadcasting. We got nice things on. We're still oppressed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I don't get me wrong, I love this country.
Levels.
But I want to make, there's levels.
Yeah.
I want to make it better. I want to help make it better.
Are we oppressed? Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Are we the most oppressed people on the planet? Absolutely not.
No, absolutely
Historically,
not.
maybe.
No, not maybe. That ain't a maybe.
You don't think anybody...
Since the times of the biblical Jesus. That the stories they talking about in the Bible, that's about people that look like you and me.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I never doubt. Never doubted that.
Yeah, they just those stories were stolen.
Yeah.
They painted the
Book of Clarence, bro.
Yeah.
Book of Clarence.
Schopenhauer when he's talking about a bleach one. Schopenhauer. Y'all did our research.
Check it out.
Yeah. That those stories. I still haven't seen that.
You need to check it out, man.
I forgot about it.
It's
I forgot about
great movie.
Book of Clarence.
Great movie. Entertaining.
I still haven't seen it.
So entertaining.
Those stories are about us. Those stories are about us. When they talk about literally in the Bible being crucified, when they talk specifically Jesus, for my Bible thumpers out there, people who have read the Bible, I know it's a little bit of y'all, but when they talk about Jesus was crucified, but when they talk about how he died, he was hung on a tree.
Yeah,
that's biblical.
Yeah.
Right, but we have the image of he's like this on a no.
But no, when they say hung on a tree, aren't they like because the wood is made from the tree?
So you're supposed to take the Bible literally.
When you say hung from a tree, you mean lynched? You mean the thing that happened to black people for I don't know how many years?
Well, we weren't considered black people back then.
Negroes. Hebrews Negro.
The nail to the cross, though. And being
just kidding.
The people who was writing this wasn't there.
The crucifixion.
People who was writing this wasn't there.
Crucifixion was like saying,
wasn't that like a Roman, the highest form of Roman punishment?
Bingo. So crucifixion is like saying death penalty.
I highly recommend both of y'all check out the Book of Clarence now, especially with what y'all just said, because that's definitely in there.
Right.
That is like exactly what you referenced, exactly his explanation.
Then the next
all of that is in there.
The next question then is that so when Jesus was carrying the cross and the Ethiopian or the African man that helped him carry the cross, wasn't that the cross that he was
Ethiopian, Ethiops.
Yeah. Wasn't that the cross that he was crucified onto?
First of all, you got to say that you believe exactly what they said. The Bible's my favorite book. The Bible's my favorite book, but I don't believe all that stuff. I think that's European created. A lot of that stuff is. It's just a fact. A lot of that stuff is altered, edited, and you know what I'm saying? Look up the Vulgate Bible. Look up, and I ain't want to. I've been getting I need y'all to talk about religion. I need you to talk about. I've been getting that a lot, and we're gonna do that at some point. It ain't today though. So I'm gonna slowly exit back like the Homer Simpson meme out of this part, and we're gonna get back to these house bills. But don't get it twisted. We're gonna talk about religion at some point, and I can't wait.
100%.
I can't wait. I cannot wait. I can't wait. That's gonna be along my philosophy for sure.
Yeah,
Hold on, what'd you say, bro?
I said, count me.
You scared? It's all right. It's all good. You can be scared.
It's nothing about scared.
Hold on.
Just count me in. No, it ain't nothing about scared. There's nothing about scared.
Am I safe? Am I safe?
No, you safe, bro.
Okay,
you safe, bro.
right,
I've been here quiet listening to everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Rambo shades.
I know, right?
He ready to go for war.
I know, right?
Listen, my advisor over here is telling me to keep quiet. You know, but it's okay. It's okay. I'm gonna give the people what they want.
That sounds like don't fuck the money up right now.
That's hilarious. That's
as soon as I'm about to say something, this motherfucker tapping me. So I'm just saying here, man.
Hey, all right. So let's do this. Let's get back to these bills, right? We'll get on one last bill. That's House Bill 49. And what that House bill was for was loosening the restrictions on child labor laws. So allowing high schoolers and young teens to actually work longer hours. So lifting the restrictions on that. So I don't know. How do y'all feel about that?
I'm not cool with that, actually.
Do your work, do your schoolwork, worry about your education.
Yeah, like
Burger King can hire an adult and pay them
not just
wages.
that, like, so we talk a lot about history on here. Like,
yep.
The history of child labor laws shows that when this shit is not regulated or is unsupervised or not managed properly, kids not only get hurt, they die, and all kinds of other atrocities happen.
That's like 10 episodes ago or something. I talked about that.
Right. Mm-hmm. So it's just like, I'm not cool with it. And we're not the only state that's dialing it back.
No, not at all.
Especially that I know of. And it appears that a lot of red states are seeming to do this, which is kind of wild to me because that's the party that talks about like family the most and we need to save our youth and our kids, but are
that's
like
the brainwashing.
Yeah, right. Quickly to throw them to fucking work in factories and plants and like places that they probably shouldn't be working. So it's just, I rock with it, but.
Well, they both have corporate masters. It's just that, like I said, I think I said this before. If you guys haven't heard it, two wings on the same bird of prey. When you have to break down how to control a population of people, the easiest way to split it is between what they call a-holes and nice people, right? That don't mean racists don't exist on each side. That don't mean predators don't exist on each side. But one side is personality-wise is F you, I don't care. And the other side is, I don't want to see somebody get their neck sat on for 9 minutes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's how they divide it, and that's the easiest way to divide it. So what you're seeing, talking about the child labor laws, it's not like it's only red states doing it. It's not like it's only Republicans that support it, because they have the same overlords paying them. So Democrats are supported as well. They just know they can't spread it as easily to their constituents as the red can. As the Republicans can.
More digestible.
That's what's happening.
Digestible.
They know they gotta do it more like they gotta be slicker.
Yeah.
Like I talked about when I gave that Malcolm X quote on Bet by Bit a few episodes ago. One is a wolf, the other one's like a sly fox. That's it. Republicans are more like the wolf. We don't care. I'm gonna show you my teeth. The other one is like my teeth are here, but it looks like a smile.
Yeah.
They got look at who pays them. Look at who pays them. It's the same mofos that pay them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it ain't. They're playing us. It is what it is. And I can't wait till millennials can get in these positions. Like our generations can actually get in these political positions and actually make a change. Because this old generation, I'm sorry, they got to go.
They're dying out.
They got to go.
They are dying out, but I think it's just interesting. So you guys, nah, man, I'm gonna talk. Hold on. I'm gonna talk.
Endorsement dollars on the line.
Yeah. Listen, hold on.
No, we will be fine.
So,
we will be fine.
So
We
you
need
guys,
no bias.
I'm just gonna throw this out there.
Talk that talk. Go ahead.
I'm just gonna throw this out there. You guys went through a couple of bills, right? So in the beginning, it was dial back the social media, like, hey, the social media ban and all this other stuff. So let me get this straight. So he signs a bill to dial back social media, then signs a bill for my kids to work longer.
Yep. Get off the phone. Get into.
Get off the phone.
No, but to be
get to
fair,
work.
13-year-olds aren't allowed to work.
Yeah.
So this is like yet.
So what I'm saying is the bills are get off social media.
Yeah.
But you are not allowed to work and pay taxes.
And hide the homeless people.
Right. Right. So it's kind of like interesting. It's like in one hand they're like, hey man, protect our kids, do everything. Boom, boom, boom. But then you know what? They can work now.
They got more time on their hands.
They got them more time on his hands, so that they can work now and pay into this good red state.
Yeah.
Right.
You kinda sound like me right now.
Like you know what I'm saying? So like it just the math ain't math, and it's like one hand trying to wash
all
the other.
slick.
Like it's all
The math is math.
then like the
math is
like it's one of those. So I just found that interesting. So I just wanted to kind of bring that up there. All right, I'm gonna go back to my corner now. Hold on.
It's kind of like what
safe.
Rockefeller
I'm
said, right?
I'm gonna
we
go back
want
to
a
my corner
generation
now.
of workers, not thinkers. You know? So it's the same objective, man.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, because and that's another thing. If you want to think about that, is if we were to look at the landscape of how the younger generation is actually making money, it's on social media,
Streaming.
right? It's on social media. It's on doing all of this. It's not going about the
Conventional way.
the conventional way of going to doing
so
it.
Bring back the conventional,
right? So this seems very right. Like so,
But on average, it's not really that age group though. Like when you talk about the kids, the teens, that they're older teens that are actually making money on social media. You have some people, but it's rare cases where it's like, oh, the child opening the toy and the parents usually there.
No, but what I'm saying is it's growing. It's if we get to cut it off right now, we can stop that from continuing. Right? Does that make sense?
I see what you're saying.
Right? Like so,
slow it down.
This is slowing it. I'm putting a bridge up right now, and I'm cutting it off. Right?
I see what you're trying to say. Right.
So if we were to think about it that way, it's like they're making money the unconventional way. So it's the people like they're gonna look at Kai Cenat and be like, and Kai Cenat's gonna be like, man, who you talking to?
Yeah.
I could buy you, right? Like, you know what I mean? So they're not going to listen to the oligarchs, the people that are holding the people, they're the gatekeepers. They're like, no, I got my own money. I'm making my own thing over here, right? The corporation's paying me because you know why the corporation's paying me? Because I'm putting money in their pocket. So the little, you know what I'm saying? So I think by doing that, it's dialing that back, right?
Yeah.
The Life of Ryan, homeboy made little dude made $100 million last year.
Right.
Right,
crazy.
Like, well, whatever the number is,
That is great. I don't know if
we
it's
can
not-
check,
yeah,
right? Like,
yeah,
so you know what I mean?
They're doing some crazy.
They're doing some crazy things. So
Mr. Beast, man.
Exactly.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
So if you were to think about all
He
of
doing
that,
a lot
right?
good, though. That's
Like-
why
like-
I don't have an issue with him.
That's true.
Right. So if you were to think about all of that, we're gonna kind of cut your legs off, right? To spite your face. You know what I'm saying? And then now we're gonna say, now you can work. You can go get that job at Burger King. You can go get that job at McDonald's. You can go get that job. So it's almost like we talked about oppression and it's trying to keep us down. It's like, we're going to take away something that making you guys be successful, right? Because if you were to look at the broad landscape of it and the demographic of who is being successful online, it's the brown people, right? It's when you really look at
I
it.
disagree. Percentage wise, it's not us.
Yeah, it's not.
No, what
Not us
I'm
at all.
saying.
You see some that they allow to get
yeah,
through.
What I'm saying
some of
is
us have
not
benefited.
no. When I say brown people, I mean like not necessarily Caucasian, right? So they're Hispanic. They're like that's what I'm saying. But those when you look at the broad of it, it's the people in the minority that's getting out there.
The internet is still racist.
No, I understand.
The people
internet's-
making money is mostly they don't look like us.
Yeah,
mostly. That's
I'm not
the reason
saying
why
look
we
at-
know the
I'm not
name
saying-
Kai Cenat. He's
No,
one
I'm,
person.
No, I'm not saying like it's brown people. What I'm saying is the demographic is not what they're looking for.
Oh yeah.
It's
You're
not
right.
what they're looking for.
I agree in that aspect. It's not the old white person anymore. It's not the middle-aged.
Like, it's not Kevin.
Yeah, it's not a middle-aged.
Like
it's not a middle-aged white guy.
The only people that are looking at that are making that money that made that transition to Paul brothers, right? Like, if you were to look at them at that high level, but if you look at everybody else, it's a mixed bag. It's a culture, a melting pot. It's not that society of what they would like to see. I bet you if it was a bunch of Kevins and Sean's and Bills, we wouldn't be sitting, right? You know what I'm saying?
I think the age group makes a difference too.
Yeah,
The age group does make a difference.
Because it's if you're talking about people making money off of the internet or off of social media, it's still that age group of younger.
Yeah.
A younger demographic.
It's a definitely younger demographic. So if I were to cut that off right now,
72% of the streamers are between 18 to 34.
Yeah.
It is
18 to 34.
Yeah, so that's
but what I'm saying is that's not too far from. Hey,
Right.
I'm cutting you off right now.
Right.
Yeah, hey, this is an age group that normally hasn't come into this amount of money this quickly.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
What's the way to deal with this problem?
I'm a believer in the cream rises to the top, by the way.
Yeah.
So when you talk about them limiting possibilities, I think the cream will always rise to the top.
Yeah.
The kids that are talented or the parents that are creative or have that much ingenuity to create a platform for their child, they will always win.
Yeah.
They
I
will
agree.
always win.
I
They
agree.
will always find a way.
I definitely agree.
They will always find a way.
I just find it, the correlation between the two.
I see it. I like that point.
Yeah.
I do also believe, and we talked about information overload in my philosophy. I do also believe what they're attempting to actually address is real child safety, as far as you know those shows. What's those shows called? To Catch a Predator and all of this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
There are people that scour the internet for these kids' pages.
Yeah.
That actually happens.
Yeah,
I do.
Now, what the issue we have is that some of these kids are using these platforms unsupervised.
Yeah.
Not all of them, but there's a lot of them that actually are using this unsupervised, and you become prey. That is happening. They don't talk. Don't get it twisted. Just because they don't talk about the numbers of abductions
Doesn't mean-
that don't mean it
Doesn't mean
ain't
it
happening.
happened. Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
There's a lot of abductions, and a lot of it starts at social media. So I do, and y'all know I ain't the biggest DeSantis fan, but when there's something that is done that I agree with, I'm cool with it.
I just don't. We it's funny because we all the conspiracy theory. There's always something behind this move. There's something behind this.
It's possible.
I'm in agreement.
You're right.
I'm in
It's
agreement
possible.
with him on that. dog.
There's something
it's
behind
freaking
this
possible.
move.
I'm in
Like, it's
agreement
like-
with you on that.
It's like
I'm
there's-
not
like, it just
disagreeing.
We can
doesn't, like,
paint it
it
under the
doesn't.
guise
I'm not disagreeing.
of
Yeah.
child safety. We can
Yeah.
paint it under the guise of we need to
Right.
protect our
That's-
kids.
that's fair.
Ulterior
That's
motive.
fair.
Always ulterior
Always
motive.
That's fair.
motive, yeah.
That's fair.
Right. So I
Always ulterior motives.
I just don't.
Is Netanyahu involved? No.
Possibly.
Okay, because if he is, then it's definitely something.
Right, like it's
Yeah.
for him, like it's right. Regardless of who it is, it could have been Obama up there doing that. I would have been like,
Back up.
right, like you know what I'm saying. So like it's one of those things. It's like,
There's always two sides.
it's always two sides. Like it's
What is
always
The path to hell is paved with
good
Good
intentions.
intentions, yeah.
Yeah.
The road
So-
to hell is paved with good intentions.
Road to hell, yeah.
There you
Yeah.
go.
Now, and I respect that take, bro. I ain't gonna front. I respect that take.
Yeah.
Now,
That was a good
What-
breakdown for real. That was a good break. Got me thinking.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Now, what I will say is that we only covered 3 bills. And like I said, he ran
30,
through
right?
almost 30, 29, I believe it was exactly. Now, we obviously ain't got time to do all of those, but I thought that this is how complex it is, right? And again, information overload, the irony is not lost on me. This is about to be a 2-hour episode. But look how complex it was when you actually honestly do your due diligence and try to make a deep dive on these topics. It's complicated,
Yeah.
right? It ain't if it's a simple answer, a simple yes or no, or an easy conversation, just 2 seconds, it ain't real. Y'all know what y'all talking about. These are
If it
complex
was, it probably
situations.
already would have been done, right? if it was that simple,
There
it
you
probably
go.
would have already been solved.
Yeah.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
It is what it is. All right, so we're gonna move on from DeSantis. If you guys want to know more about the 26 other bills, please
That's fucking crazy.
look it up. Look it up. They're actually
About
go on a
increasing the
government
size of
site,
wine
please.
bottles too, man.
You said what?
I said there's a bill about increasing the size
Yeah.
of wine bottles.
Have you seen
So all the drinks are there.
Corporations never gonna be the same.
more money, more money, more money.
necessary evil.
Necessary evil, he says.
The most is gonna be popping, boy.
More money. And we're going to talk about Diageo. We're going to talk about them.
Jesus.
But let's actually take our first non-commercial break. We'll be right back, all right? Let's go. All right, and we are back from that commercial, non-commercial break. Valle G. I got the shades on for a reason right now.
Yes, sir. Uh-oh.
You already know what I said. I think it was last episode or 2 episodes ago in regards
2 episodes ago.
In regards to Florida's DEI.
Yep.
And bruh, you are hard pressed at me saying that I guarantee.
This is my impression?
I guarantee
Hold on.
no other school.
So check this, right?
That's what you said.
This man has Dion, Shannon.
I'm a man of many talents.
Now you got me.
I tried to do who did I try to do last week? And it came out like Charles Barkley. I was mad. I was like, damn, sorry, Charles. I can't remember whose impression it was. Whose impression was it? I can't remember. But go ahead. Go ahead, man.
Well,
Please,
hold on.
explain.
Elaborate for the audience, man. What happened to Alabama with the DEI thing?
So the University of Florida, for those that don't know, went ahead and followed Florida, the state of Florida's directive to pull out of these DEI deals, these DEI programs, these DEI positions. And for those out there that don't know what DEI is, what are you doing? Did you just start listening to the show? Diversity, equity, and inclusion.
Right.
Now, those 3 words, just like I said years ago, before this platform, I talked about with BLM. The 3 words I like. I think the 3 words are absolutely true. But when you talk about the organization, the people running it, and most importantly, the people behind it, the Soros, the people, I don't agree with that. All right. So DEI, the people on the ground, like the people I know, shout out Danny, the people I know that are at universities and in government, really trying to do great things on the ground that are using these certain platforms. I salute y'all. But there's people over y'all that have nefarious. I talked about ESG before. There's people behind y'all or above y'all that don't really have the best interest at heart, and they're just using this to make more money, score political points, like leverage their position. There's a lot of stuff going on.
Right.
So again, and we talked about with DeSantis, I don't trust him all the way.
Nah.
But there's a lot of things happening and a lot of people being used. I'm gonna say people like us, we're being used. Our energy is being filtered and used for other people's gain. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So from what I was saying, I don't think there's anything wrong with DEI being stopped. I don't have no problem with it. So I was actually cool with UF actually listening to the governor and stopping it.
Okay.
I was fine with it. Because again, like I said before, Creme rises to the top.
It does.
And we're the most talented people on this freaking planet. You know what I'm saying?
We are talented as
with an opportunity. And this is 2024. 2024.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I didn't have a problem with it personally. And all I was saying last episode or the episode prior was that I can see more schools following suit, more states following suit.
Okay.
And you completely disagreed, and I want you to go into why you disagreed and how you feel now that Alabama actually.
When you say so, that's what I want you to elaborate on, because you said Alabama. So you mean the state of Alabama has followed
suit with Florida to actually set up that kind of legislation to back out of the DEI programs in universities and public everything that's publicly funded.
Right.
So if you don't back out, you're not going to receive. You're going to lose your money.
You're not going to receive funding.
Right.
If you have this program.
Right.
We're not going to continue to fund this program.
Your entity, your business, if it's government funded, you will lose your government funding if you don't listen to the
on a state level.
State level.
Okay. So my main reason for the pushback is because I would say a lot of these public universities that are funded through the state rely heavily on American football.
Right.
The University of Alabama is one of those programs.
Absolutely.
Last year they generated almost, I want to say $215 million to the University of Alabama. That is off of their football program. The reason I feel like DEI is kind of important within that, and it goes into Emmett Smith and his comments, is historically speaking, when you grant universities in this country the access or the capabilities to manage which student population or students they bring into their universities, obviously diversity, equity, and inclusion is not reflected historically within them doing that, right? So, like, kind of back to the child labor laws. History shows you that if you allow a certain group a certain group to manage these things, it's going to look a certain way, or it's not going to be managed fairly. So my pushback on it was seeing that the University of Alabama brings in that much money based on its football players, and 70% of basically collegiate football players is reflected, they're black. So you need black players to be successful in the sport that generates X amount of money for your school. And because they generate so much money, I didn't know this after reading this article about the University of Alabama from sportskeeda.com. That's wild website name. But anyways, not endorsing anything they put out. But anyways, basically I learned that the rest of Alabama's sports generated a negative net total.
Right.
In terms of profits for the year. That means every other sport during that 2023 fiscal year finished at a loss.
And I'm sorry, what was that figure again?
214 million.
214.4. So you round to say 200, roughly $250 million.
Because I just want you to know that Alabama is a way bigger football program, right? We all acknowledge that, right? I don't even watch football, college football as much as I know that. But UF in 2023 made well over $100 million.
Yeah.
So I for some reason I knew you were gonna go there. Oh, you mentioned that in the chat, I think. But yeah, UF made over $100 million, and they still said nah.
They made over $100 million, right?
Over $100 million.
I believe LSU made over $193 million.
Jeez.
Oregon, University of Oregon, they made $391 million.
They still rather use that government funding though.
Ohio State generated $234 million.
Yeah.
LSU and Arkansas, $199.3 million in revenue. This is all revenue off of football.
Right. Yeah.
So this is all revenue you can attribute to black people. Black people generate this for your school.
But UF said we don't care. We don't listen to our governor. That's what UF said.
That's what UF said, right? And that's a decision UF can make. But if you go look at UF right now, go look at how UF has participated and played in football the past 5 years. Now go look at their history in the past 20 years.
Sure.
And ask the student population, ask boosters, ask alumni what type of program you want to be. So, and that's the reason I say it, like, okay, you can eliminate the program, and I don't disagree with you on that, but I think it sends a very what's the word I'm looking for? It sends a very telling message for you to fire. It does. Because, well, the reason I say that is because, and back to the previous episode, the University of Florida could have handled that differently and said, okay, well, you know what? We're going to have to eliminate this program. They could have moved all these people. Right. You know what I mean? You'd have to fire your entire staff. Right. And to me, that's more telling. Now, that may be the legislation that's being pushed in Alabama. I think it's going to be very interesting to see what.
But it's already set.
Yeah. Well, like I said, it's going to be interesting to see what the university does.
We're talking about Alabama.
The University of Alabama. That is make no mistake. It might be managed and run by white people, but that football team is a black football team.
Most football
teams. If you look at the successful football programs, I just rattled off the numbers. They're all in the 200 millions, right? That's a lot. That's a lot of fucking money.
Yeah.
For a publicly funded university. All right.
But that money's going to come regardless.
No. If those teams don't win, that money drops.
Of course. Yeah.
So like a lot of this stuff is tied into television contracts.
Yeah, I was about to say
merchandise.
Of course.
People consume it, right?
I just want to make sure people understand what you're trying to say is, hey, because they're saying no DEI, black, quote unquote, black children, black players, black men, young men would not go there. That's what you're trying to contend. Because I said last week, last episode, they don't care.
All right, so your stance is they don't care.
They care.
I'm here to tell you, if I'm a university that has DEI, and let's say me and NoName are recruiting Chris, right?
Okay.
Or me and you recruiting Chris.
Okay.
All right. NoName. NoName is Chris's dad.
Yeah.
NoName. Do you want Chris to go to my university or Wendy's university?
They're going to the better, more prestigious university.
Okay.
No.
Where we going?
You think they're going to the one that says DEI?
No. I'm going to the one that pays me the most. That pays my
That's
son.
right.
The person who's going to pay you the most is the bigger
Check.
university. Okay,
No,
so you agree?
no.
Are you kidding me?
No, it doesn't. It doesn't matter.
That's what we've seen.
No,
the bigger
it isn't.
universities are the ones that have the bigger coffers to pay out.
No, but what I'm saying is the universities that want to get themselves on the map will overpay.
Where have we seen that? Who's done that?
That's where the trend is going.
NIL.
NIL.
Name, image, likeness, right?
Bigger
Yes,
schools
so-
will always have bigger wallets.
Nah. I'm telling you.
That ain't always
I'm
the
telling
case.
you, it's not always
I'm here
the
to-
case.
I'm here to tell
it's
you.
changing with NIL.
The University of Nebraska Cornhuskers used to be a powerhouse
Yeah.
at one point in time
Yeah.
in college football. I can't name a fucking football player in the last 20 years that came from Nebraska.
You mean
Other than
there
cornfields, okay?
no good
Cornfields
football
exist in
players out
Nebraska.
I know Nebraska has a lot of good track programs right now. I'm surprised.
Do you think it's a lot of money in track and field? Do you think track and field generates over $215 million for the
There
school?
is money.
You can't compare it,
Not
but
saying,
you can't
not
compare
saying
it.
that. Not
You can't
saying
compare
that.
it to football.
Not
Well,
saying
you can't.
exactly.
You can't
Exactly.
compare it to
So if I have to pick, which cash cow do you think that I'm picking?
Right.
Football.
I'm going to take football.
Hey, so again, so just for the record, just for posterity, you're saying that the athletes are going to
all right, so my
become
point,
activists.
my point is this. Let's bring it back. My point is this, right? Me and you recruiting Chris.
Yeah.
NoName's Chris's dad.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, NoName. Guess what? I can negatively recruit against Wendy now. You know they don't like black people at their university. They don't have no DEI. Do you want your son to attend a university where less than 2% of the population looks like him? He's gonna feel isolated.
Yeah, we're going with
he ain't gonna have no brothers on his team.
Let's go for
He
the
might
money.
be the only
Let's go
one.
for the
Come
money.
play for my
I feel
university.
like this guy is trying to plead to my emotions. I don't know.
Come play for me where I have diversity, equity, inclusion, and guess what? We'll pay you too.
I know. Give me that
Who got
bag.
the money, Dad?
We'll
Who got the
pay
money?
you too. Because I'm telling you, that's what's gonna happen.
And by the way, the
I'm gonna
landscape
tell you,
has changed.
that's
These
what's
kids have money in high school.
That's what's gonna happen. That's what's gonna happen
Right.
in college football
We'll see.
because I can negatively recruit against you based on some fucking political legislation
Yeah.
you want to endorse that your
Yeah.
state wants to endorse. Guess what? I'm gonna do that.
But
The-
will it
the
work?
sport is-
I don't think it
question.
works. That's
Will
all I'm
it
saying.
work? You can
All right,
do it, but
so
it
if
might
you-
not
if-
actually work.
So if you want to question that, would that work? I think that if you go back and you look in the history books and you look at the time where it was segregation and a little bit of integration, or where integration started to happen, I think that you can clearly see that there's like a shift. And the shift is, hey, the moment that we came out and we figured out that we can recruit people based on segregation. Hey, we don't think you should go to school there. Hey, you shouldn't go to school there because they don't like black people, or you shouldn't go to school there because they don't treat black people fairly. You know what I mean? Versus our school is integrating now, and we want diversity at our university. So we want to recruit black people. We want you to come play here. There is a spot for you. You know what I mean? So I think if you go back and look in the history of it, it's going to be reflective of what's going to happen probably in the next 5-10 years.
See, I think the opposite.
I mean, that was different times. I get a point, right? It's kind of like different times, though, man. It's like the general mindset during segregation, and now it's two different things, man. It's
That's
like,
true.
Yeah, so it's like, even though, because right now, if these kids are used to having money, you know what I'm trying to say from that early on point.
Remember though,
that's
money
high
is
school. That's all we're going
that's
for right
still
now.
new. I understand that we think it is a big thing. I mean, I say it's not, but it's still a relatively new thing. Like that, the NIL has only come about in the last like 3-4 years. Like it's not like everybody's not a millionaire. Right. Everybody's not.
Right,
like you said, the cream of the crop will rise to the top, right?
Yeah.
Those are the people that are getting paid the most. Like Deion Sanders' son is a millionaire right now. He's getting $2 million in endorsements. The kid, the corner, the second string corner for BCU ain't getting $2 million. Sure. Okay, but if he has to think about where do I want to go to school?
Sure.
You know, but if that kid has to think about where do I want to go to school, and guess what, I'm going to school. And I have a brother. I want Chris to go to the same school as me, but Chris doesn't play football. Guess what? I can walk in here now and negatively recruit you and say, "Hey, it's a place here for you, Valle, but is there a place here for Chris?"
I feel you.
But what I will say is, we're gonna, like I said, keep this for posterity.
You can shelve it.
And
you can vault it. We will come back to it.
Am I safe to take the shades off?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, I'm gonna take the shades off for now.
Take the Rambos off.
But when it comes back around, and you know what I mean, even if you're right, I doubt it. But when it comes back around, we're gonna talk about this again. When Alabama University says, you know what, DEI kick rocks.
Mm-hmm. We'll have a talk. That's if they do it the same way Florida did it. I think it's a very, very strong possibility they may quietly eliminate that program.
Oh, it's going to happen. Companies are already doing it, by the way. Companies, they're already doing it quietly, though.
Well, what's so interesting is, do you think DEI ever actually...
What's up? Made a difference?
I'm not going to say made a difference. Who do you think it benefited the most?
I think it's too young. I think it did nothing. I don't think DEI did anything.
Okay.
Because programs already existed before. Everybody heard of the Urban League.
Yeah.
There's a lot of NGOs. There's a lot of people milking the system. And again, I believe they use the energy of people like us.
Yeah.
So they'll say, yeah, we're doing this to help. No, y'all making millions of dollars. You're using government funds. And nothing really is happening. Yeah. Nothing on the ground is happening. And going back to that Eric Adams interview, he actually talked about that on the Breakfast Club. He's like, because the girl was confronting him for cutting, like, I think she said something about cutting $17 million or something like that.
Right.
And he's like, well, I actually went into these places and saw these companies that were, coming in and talking about, oh yeah, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. And he's asking to show me the data, show me the proof that what we're paying you is actually getting done. And he's talking about, going to these prison programs. And he's like, it was like 6 people in the classroom. So you mean to tell me we're paying out $17 million out of the city budget for 6 people in here?
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, y'all just making millions and doing the bare minimum.
Oh, yeah.
Y'all ripping off the system.
It
It happens all the time.
It does.
Because these government funds come from what? Taxes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It happens all the time.
There's no accountability.
And we fall for it.
Yeah.
We fall for it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So how I see it is good riddance.
Yeah.
We've been fine before. We're just being taken advantage of and we don't know it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's all I'm saying. So again, we're gonna table it because I think we're gonna see the dominoes continue to fall. Like I said before, we're gonna see the dominoes.
I don't disagree with that.
Thank you.
I don't disagree with that. I just don't know if we're gonna see it in the same way though.
Okay, we'll see. We'll chop
I think it might be somewhat different. I don't think
You're right.
Maybe the University of Alabama doesn't follow the same route that University of Florida. Maybe they say, you know what, we'll just dissolve the program, but we're gonna move and transition everybody. Hey, some of y'all going over here to communications. Some of y'all going over here to the department, psychology department. Some of y'all are going over here to health and wellness. Some of y'all are going, who knows, College of Sciences. I don't know.
Man, these people getting a nice severance package. They're gonna get a nice severance package. Here you go. You're no longer needed.
This man's cold, bro. he sounded like he part of the corporation right now.
All right, man. So moving on. What's up?
It sounded what it sounded like.
I felt like I felt like I channeled NoName for a second there.
Listen, I agree.
What's up, bro?
I 100% agree.
It sounded like a Sith Lord over there.
It's going to be wipe it all away.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's gone.
That will happen.
Hey, man, and if it does,
Okay.
it'll be some nice, interesting, very heavily melanated football programs. Okay, primarily one in Coral Gables, but
I don't think so, because if you let's
Coral Gables.
when was DEI established?
A few years ago.
Like you said, what?
2021? Yeah, double check that.
Right.
So what are you saying?
What did the football teams look like prior to that?
The same as they were.
The same. That's what I'm saying.
That's
so
what I'm trying to get.
It's not. I don't. Dion played where Dion played. Emmitt Smith played where Emmitt Smith. Like the team looked like the way, right? Like, you know what I'm saying. So it doesn't. It was just, unfortunately, it was just a buzzword for a time being, and you know what I mean.
2021.
I was right.
Yeah. So it was just temper. I know it was developed in good faith, but it ain't going nowhere.
Huh?
People, bro.
No, I think it was. I think in the beginning it was.
Okay, let me
And
example.
It was co-opted.
You watched Atlanta, right?
I think it has been called.
You watched Atlanta.
Yeah.
You don't remember that episode?
About
On the last season of Atlanta, where they showed you these people taking advantage of these like government programs. And he was like, oh, you have to do this and say this because they're going to throw that government money at you. You don't remember that episode? It was one of the episodes where Childish Gambino wasn't even there. Like, you know,
it was a band episode.
It was like one of those episodes.
Yeah, Black American Network.
Yeah, and they showed you people taking advantage of these systems.
Yeah.
This happens.
Yeah,
All these fake activists. What did he say? J. Cole, that line. Some people, they probably wish we stay oppressed. Like,
I know
what you're talking about.
Damn, I can't remember the damn line. But y'all know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That actually happens, Doc. Unfortunately.
Since you brought it up.
What's up, brother?
So there's this episode of Atlanta. I don't know if you guys have seen it. About the black guy that was the CEO of Disney. I always recommend people watch that episode.
We talked about that at some point.
That's a great episode.
We had that conversation. Yeah.
Although it's a
funny fictional story.
Funny fictional story, but yeah, great episode.
That's funny as hell, man. All right, so moving on from that, bruh. Another possible court case. Actually, it's a current court case. I can't even say possible.
Is he about to say what I think he is?
Mr. Green Bubble talking over there? What are you doing?
That's the hating.
Apple is in court right now, right? They're facing a lawsuit.
Okay.
All right. There's beef with their whole iMessage situation, but ultimately they're being called a monopoly. I personally don't agree. I personally don't agree because I think there's more Samsungs and Google phones on the streets right now. And as far as globally, compared to Apple, I think there's more Samsungs and global.
You know what?
I think there's more phones running Android than Apple.
I would love to see the numbers. What do the numbers say? Like if we were
like Apple compared to Android.
Yeah, if we were to compare this podcast right now, like y'all got me 3-1, man.
Yeah, but that's America. I meant globally. Remember, there's some places. I think China's close to like not allowing iPhones.
So, this is what I'll say. I've been to third world countries, or not third world. I don't know if it's technically considered third world.
What's up, man?
But
the number says 70%. Android has 70% of the market share worldwide.
Damn, I hate being right, man. Let me put my shades back on.
That's wild. For real?
I hate being right.
70%.
70%.
I'm sick of being right.
What's the date on those numbers?
2024.
All right.
I hate being right.
2024. That's actually shocking, man. I wasn't expecting that.
I thought it'd been a lot closer than that.
No, I'm 100% with that. I've seen that number because when you leave the United States, Apple is looked at because of the flexibility of doing stuff with your phones, right? With Android.
So that means Android can do more.
In theory.
Absolutely. Outside of the United States, yes.
Outside of the United States.
Where it doesn't matter. Where it does not matter.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Nobody cares about that.
In America, Apple has 60% of the market.
And also, too, because of cost. Androids are cheaper.
Yeah, that's
a cheaper product that can do more.
Outside of the United States.
Not well, but yes. Technically, but not well.
I ain't gonna lie. When I was in Jamaica, bro, having an iPhone, the worst thing you could have. It's the worst thing you could have. Because you can't even use some of the shit on the fucking phone.
That's crazy.
It's like our group chat. With all the cool things that iPhone users can do together in a group chat, we can't do it because you're in the group chat. You know? Because you're in the group chat, we can't do it.
The Android is
fucking up y'all conversation.
Yes, you are. We got a green chat because of you. My goodness. Damn.
So, when I dug into the bill a little bit more, what they're basically saying, the lawsuit. It's Apple doesn't play nice with everything else. So what the
compatibility?
It's compatibility. What it's saying is like, hey,
especially the App Store.
Yeah,
right. They said it's unfair that AirPods. I'm gonna just use AirPods. They said AirPods made by Apple can be used on an Android phone, not a problem.
Right,
but Google Buds can't be used on an iPhone.
Wow.
Right.
That's crazy.
So that's what their basis is saying that there's a lot of specific, and I don't know if Google Buds can, I don't know. But what they're basically saying is what they're saying is Android specific things that are developed by Android specifically can't be translated and used on an iPhone. And that's what the biggest. That
is a wild thing to hear. Simply because, like, one would think that the Google Buds that's just Bluetooth access. You know what I mean? It's not.
I'm pretty sure that you can't do it, but I'm just using that as an example.
No, it's just like damn. Like you would think that's the simplest type of access. You know what I mean? It's not like it's trying to access a whole application on your phone and it needs a whole lot.
No, it does. They all have chips. They all have chips and processors. But you want to know what's closest to the truth?
both these companies have been playing dirty for a while.
Yeah.
This has been a soft word. You know,
For a long time.
Samsung
Used to develop
all the screens.
Yeah.
You think they were giving them the best screens?
No.
They both playing dirty.
Yeah.
That's the truth.
Yeah.
So do I think Apple has a monopoly? Absolutely not. I think this is going to be a lawsuit that's drawn out. It's going to be a lawsuit that costs a lot of money, but Apple will be victorious. And I'm not caping for them. I deal with corporations.
I don't think they're going anywhere.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Shout out TikTok again, man. I'm sorry. Hey, man. Shout out TikTok, man. I love TikTok.
What is with you and this
Yeah,
damn
shout out TikTok.
Apple's like Nike, man. I don't
get that bad.
Apple like Nike.
Shout out
man.
TikTok.
I don't think they're going anywhere. So they're here to stay.
Not at this point, no.
Nah, I think too powerful. You know.
But I wouldn't
They're
say
the point
monopoly.
of
I think that's malarkey. To say a monopoly, that's come on, dog.
Well, I mean,
who believes that?
Didn't Microsoft get hit with that?
Back in the
It's
day?
like 20 years ago, 30 years ago almost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Where it didn't, so
Right.
yeah.
Right. And I don't think you should be punished for being innovative and having tech that's better than your
I
competition.
knew you were gonna say that shit too. Fuck out
Sound like this guy.
I don't think they have better tech. I think that they do a better job.
There you go.
Of marketing their tech and selling their tech.
I just think it's better tech too.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
be honest.
You ain't never gonna. That's fine. You will never convince me
Bro,
that product is better.
Give it time.
Fuck out of here. I've been on the planet for over 35 years.
listen, bro,
Trust me.
listen,
These motherfuckers have not
bro.
produced anything where I'm like, I can't find it somewhere else.
Listen, man. I've heard it before, and over time they all fold, bro.
Fair enough.
That's
I'm here to tell you,
That's a fact.
still rolling strong, man.
You just being a contrarian, dog.
Not even.
It's okay. It's okay.
You gonna have to show me.
It's okay. Listen. I agree
I'm
with
an
you.
OG.
Listen, Android for sure. They put out, like, I'm not even gonna say innovative, but they put out the newest technologies first. They do. I give them credit. Apple is a company that I believe they're gonna try to take their time and perfect whatever it is that they're doing. It don't always work. Don't get me wrong. Again, I don't want to sound like I'm.
Do they even give y'all the phone, the actual charger anymore when y'all get the new phone? Like
that's low.
They slowly.
the block. You don't get the block anymore.
I'm just saying.
That's low. That's low.
You don't get the block.
That's
But you know
funny
why
as-
they do that, right?
That's funny as shit. They slowly started taking shit away from y'all.
But you know why they did that? They can ship more in the pallets that they send. They can actually ship more phones now.
That's fine.
This smaller
Hey man,
part.
you can. Spend,
I don't agree. You're right.
You can spend it however you
Bro,
want.
no,
That
no.
sounds like we want.
I'm
you
on
to
your
spend-
side right
We
there.
want you to
You're
spend
right.
more money.
Hey,
That's
you're
what
right.
it is.
I'm not on this fucking
No,
side.
he's right there.
No,
He's
because
right.
as soon as
Bro.
Apple does something and they get the backlash, then Android follows right behind. Like the removable battery. As soon as Apple stopped doing it,
Yeah, they stopped.
everybody was like, "Oh my god, they're removable!" And then little by little,
They took that shit out.
They took that shit
you
up
remember
like, "Oh
they took the
man,
batteries out,
right?"
bro?
Like, and
God, bro.
right, like so. No, I don't want to hear that.
I'm not saying they don't.
Right then, when Apple got rid of the headphone jack, it was
Yeah.
they got all that, and then they Android slid under the radar and took away the headphone jack.
Bro.
Like so,
Wireless headphones been around for how long?
I don't
man?
want to fucking hear it, but don't nah.
Beats. And then what did Apple do? Hey, we like what you're doing over there, Dr. Dre. Can we buy that? And what did they do? Fucking bought it. So
That was just bullshit.
Now, okay, so-
let them go.
First of all, are we all in agreement that Apple does not have a monopoly? Or
no, I wouldn't
No.
say. I think that's
Okay.
That's a reach.
I expected us to fight over that. Okay.
No, it's reaching.
I think that's a reach.
For sure. I think it's a
That doesn't even.
As a Android guy, even I would agree.
Yeah.
Right.
That I think that's a reach.
right.
Yeah. Apple's just sexy. That's all it is.
It is Nike, man. They gonna sell.
Have you seen these phones without cases?
Bro.
They're beautiful.
They're sexy, man.
They don't look good with cases.
Bro, even the
You know what?
I go as far
They're
as
also
say
very
even the
breakable.
store, even the Apple store is sexy. You know what I'm trying to say?
When it's not getting robbed.
Damn, nobody's robbing Android stores? Is there an Android store?
No,
That's
that's the problem.
That's the point. That's my point. That's my point. Real quiet over there.
You know what? You can buy Android virtually anywhere.
You probably can buy an Android store.
It's accessible everywhere.
Yeah, Thailand and all them places.
Yeah, hey man, it's like Walmart.
That's not the best thing out. That ain't the best
But
thing.
hey man, it's convenient and it's always low prices. You feel
Oh
me?
my god, that sounds horrible.
You keep that bullshit.
What'd you say? What'd you say? Nana?
Haters.
I'm all
It's
set.
cool.
Hilarious,
It's cool.
hilarious. All right, so we're gonna talk about another company that's been tripping lately. Maybe not putting the best into their tech, right, or their products. Boeing. Man, we talked about Boeing like 4 or 5 episodes ago.
Yeah, that's true.
But Boeing actually has a trial going on right now. I believe it's still going on, actually. They've been in the news a lot.
Somebody stepped down, right?
The CEO.
Oh.
The CEO actually stepped down. He took his little golden parachute. Good for him.
Right.
And I hate, y'all already know, I hate how corporations have put it, Citizens United, corporations have created an atmosphere where you can have a CEO make a decision and it can kill thousands of people and he gets a golden parachute. He ain't going to jail.
No,
he ain't going to jail.
No.
He ain't going to jail. But Diddy, I'm going to leave that on for later. He ain't going to jail. He just killed thousands of people, tens of thousands of people. His decisions have caused the deaths, but golden parachute. Yeah, I think that's trash. And we also had a situation with the whistleblower.
Yeah.
Let me pay respect to his name. I think his name was John Barnett.
His last message
suicide.
His last message. Yes. So you said apparent suicide, right?
Suicide, yeah.
But apparently, his last message or his last words were, "If I die, please let them know it wasn't suicide."
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Which begs
that's
the
one of those
question.
tough ones. That's one of those tough ones because he ain't here to say that. He ain't leave no note. This is a person who ain't even family that said that. By the way, they had a family friend. I'm like, who
That
is
reportedly said this is the last thing.
It would feel more legit if this was like a family member or his niece or his something. This is a family friend. What the hell? This person know? Why are they interviewing a family friend? Oh, his last word. How we know you right? How we like? I don't want to stake. I wouldn't stake my like last dollar on what the family friend.
All I'm gonna
said.
say is, I recall the conversation me and NoName had earlier this year.
Yeah.
And this was the example was Boeing and how they were tanking.
Right.
And damn.
It's funny how we talk about things and it comes. This is a great
It's just
show.
like that.
Brother. Salute to y'all, man. It's a great show.
Any idea how much he got with his golden parachute?
The CEO?
Yeah.
I'm sure it's a multi-million-dollar package.
More than likely, yeah.
Absolutely. This is like their version of like falling on the sword. All right, guys, it's my fault. I'm gonna fall on the sword. And by the way, he got that position to be the guy that was coming in and being the change maker. We saw that with another big company in Florida.
I think
it was
definitely a poster child for what happens when you take compliance, engineering, and safety out of decision makers' hands and put in people that are.
How much?
You said 50.
15.
Yeah. I think it shows what happens when you just put it in people's hands that are simply about money.
Right. This is what happens when you have a publicly traded company.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
See, that doesn't have to happen though, because you can look
Always
at.
happens.
You think it always happens?
The goal, the fiduciary responsibility is more money. Year on year.
Yeah,
that's the
more money. How do you get more? How do you squeeze more money out of this?
No, I'm not disagreeing with that, but I'm not gonna. I think it is a little bit extreme for us to say that any publicly traded or once a company becomes publicly traded, this is the route they go. Because I think you can actually pull examples of companies that didn't fail, or an airline company that didn't that is publicly traded. Man, I think Boeing just. Got caught up in we need to make simply what it is. We need to make the most money we can.
Right.
Instead of saying, okay, let's approach this with safety. Yeah.
Well, those people
and quite frankly, you saw that change once the leadership changed from engineers,
right,
safety and compliance to no. All we need businessmen. All we need is money. Right.
And you got to understand too, when we're talking about the experts, the engineers, the safety people, they don't come cheap. So as far as a corporation, now you know what? Do we really need them?
Yeah.
The
plane's still fly.
Yeah,
but see,
so it's a lot. It's a lot of nuance that goes into that now. Like for sure, and these people that are doing these checks, they cost a pretty penny. And I'm not siding with Boeing at all. I think it's messed up, right? But I'm just saying, there's a lot of different facets that are involved.
I'm always on be of the side of what's going to be the safest option, and then what's going to
spend that money.
No, I mean, yeah, sometimes it is about spending money, but I mean, what's going to cost you more, spending the money or people dying and paying them out? Because that's the alternative.
That's actually the calculation that corporations do.
Yeah,
but think about this too.
What's up,
think about this too, right? I feel like if there was like more of a pressure on them, like not even pressure, but like if your bad decisions held real weight, then they will be forced to find a solution to the answer. You know what I'm trying to say? Like the CEO, instead of getting a golden parachute, you're going to jail, man. You're going to get arrested. Guess what's going to happen? Yo, we got to figure this shit out. You know what I'm trying to say? He's forced to figure it out.
Corporations set that up. Though.
Or not just that. If a government came out and said, you know what, Boeing, all your planes coming down. Nothing's going in the air. Until
that's drastic. But guess what? They would find a solution quickly.
I don't like that because that's going to cost a lot of tax dollars. All your Boeing planes are grounded now until they pass an inspection. That's going to cost too much money, dog. I like what you're saying, but I think that's a harder thing to get passed because that has to go through Congress, Senate. That's a tougher thing. But that needs to happen.
Yeah, man.
But see, I think
What's up?
a way to combat, like, you can always shame a company into fixing some shit.
You think that works?
Yeah. Public pressure. If enough people pile on, come on, man. We make anybody apologize.
That's true, but I feel like...
And you don't even have to mean it.
I feel like this...
You don't even have to mean it. You can just say it to pacify us.
You want to know what? It's going to cost more lives.
I'm just being real about it though.
Yeah.
I don't want to
You may not actually be sorry, but guess what? You're gonna get up on this podium. You're gonna read what this publicist wrote, apologizing. You're gonna tell us that you're gonna try and solve the issue, and we'll fucking digest it and take it and say either A, it sounds phony, B, some of us will say, oh, it sounds sincere, C, the rest of us will just say, hey, we don't really care, but at least they're doing something, and life will move on.
I feel like more people would have to die for that to happen.
Yeah, because there is a calculation where they talk about what they say: a million people dying, one person dying is a tragedy. I think that's Winston Churchill. One person dying is a tragedy. A million people dying is a statistic.
Yeah, in order to get attention, more people. If I don't know, if fucking 20 Boeing planes crashed in one fucking month, I hope that doesn't happen. But if it does, everybody's gonna like, wait a minute, what's going on with Boeing? You know, even people who, because a lot of people don't even know what we're talking about when it comes on the Boeing.
I think. I don't think it'll be what's going on with Boeing. I don't think it'll be like, hey, we ain't getting on that goddamn plane. Like it will quickly become we can't sell no tickets because people are too fucking scared to book a flight. I think that's
wait a minute, that's a Boeing.
I ain't getting on that. I want my refund.
You know what I think is gonna happen? Boeing is gonna get more flights up and they're gonna make their tickets cheaper. Balance that out, and people are going to pick a cheaper flight. Most people aren't going to know what plane they're on. Oh, that's true. Most people aren't going to.
That's true.
They're going to put more planes up.
That's true.
And they're going to lower the ticket price.
No, but if people are dying, though, that's what I'm saying. If people are dying,
it's not that
common consumer is going to be like, wait a damn minute. 20 planes crashed. That was 740. Some shit.
It's 20 plane scenario.
You know what I'm saying? Like, wait, aren't those Boeings? Yo, book only Airbuses. I don't give a damn.
And what they look like?
What they look like? You know what I'm saying?
They got how many seats on it?
Shit, they don't even have to know exactly the full information. If it starts with a 7, it's a fucking Boeing. You know what I'm saying?
No. So what they started to do is they add. You can pick the plane while you're searching.
I know that. Yeah.
You can pick the plane. So in your scenario,
most people.
Yeah. But no. So they moved it to the top. No, they moved it. They moved it.
Oh, they moved it now. Okay.
So it used to be when you were filtering. It used to be at the bottom.
Right.
They moved it at the top.
So it's one of the first things you see now.
So it's one of the first things in the when you're searching on Kayak, it's like right at the top.
Okay.
And so I think in your example of lowering the ticket prices,
that's what they're gonna do.
It depends on who has the bigger Boeing fleet.
They're still
because it's the airline. No, but it's the airline.
Okay.
It's the airline. So if
Delta,
it's whoever.
Is it Delta?
That is true.
Or no, which
there's an airline that uses Airbus. Airbus.
No, there's an airline that uses mainly Boeing. I can't remember.
I think if it's not Delta, I feel like it's not United.
Right,
United is
So I think that's what it is.
Southwest,
probably, but
Virgin Atlantic.
What makes sense for a publicly traded company
I'm just going through
that can't lose money?
Right.
Lower them ticket prices, put more planes up. People want to fly to places, and the crashes don't happen that often. I know we're talking about it because
it's United Airlines actually.
It's United. That's what I said.
Yeah, there you go. Mm-hmm. Right. So lower them ticket prices. People will be willing to take the chance because a tire falls off, you can still land. A door pops off, nobody dies. Tickets about to be 30% off. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
It's a publicly traded company.
I know what you said.
I ain't knocking it, man. But I feel like when a lot of people die, I feel like that's
but 20 planes ain't crashing in a day,
even then, if I'm the competitor, I can always say, yo, fearmonger my sales up.
Oh my God.
We're gonna slander you as a company as much as we can to the consumer, so I can bring all those people straight to me.
But then you get a lawsuit.
It's just a
not if I slander you indirectly.
No, but slander is legal. That's a legal term. we taking you to court.
You know what
that's
I'm saying,
slander.
bro.
That's libel. Okay,
Come on now. Public
Not if you're
constituents
saying
do it to
facts.
each other all the time.
That's also true.
but it ain't facts.
No. What
This
I'm
is
saying
very
is
rare. And Airbus has crashed.
no. What I'm saying is it can't be slander if it's facts. Like,
No.
like they can take
Like
a
if they
factual
put a news
statement.
article.
Yeah.
They can take
Right.
a factual
Yeah.
statement.
20
and say
Boeing
something.
planes
Right.
have crashed in the last 30 days.
Yeah, that's a fact.
These areas. This is a map.
But the industry
Just where
don't
they've
work
all
like that.
ended.
They don't do that. They don't do that. Like they don't go like everything is it got to be like some. Ain't no corporation about to just blast their like this is my compatriot. Even though this
that
is
would make news, bro. I don't.
yeah,
I
like
don't just
bo-
make
like
news, bro.
I see what y'all saying. I see what y'all saying, and that'll be crafty, but.
No, I'm not saying that. I don't agree that they'll do it. I'm just saying that they can do it.
Competitors play fair.
Yeah,
They
competitors.
take the gloves off and they shake hands before they do it.
because you know what it is. They're gonna say, shit, I don't want this to happen to me.
'Cause it can happen.
Because it can happen.
It could happen.
Remember
So,
them big
Airbus-
planes that was crashing in the mountains? Those were Airbuses, I think.
Right.
Those weren't Boeings. Remember the planes where the pilots back in the day, 5 years ago or something like that? The ones that was, I can't see, and I crash in the them. Those were Airbuses. I don't think those were Boeings. Remember them big? Those were
think they
not
were
Boeings.
Boeings.
No freaking way. Those were not
The ones,
Boeings.
the ones that were crashing in the mountains.
The Malaysian.
No, that was Boeing.
That was Boeing.
Well, how about the other one that crashed?
That
The
was
Malaysian.
Boeing.
The first Malaysian one was the one that went missing and they couldn't find it in the water. There was one that crashed into a side of a mountain.
Boeing.
You remember that
Boeing.
one?
Those
That
are
was a
Boeing.
Boeing too.
Yeah, it was a separate.
I
It was the
remember
Max.
you talking about.
It was a
Wait,
separate
An
thing.
Airbus crashed. An Airbus crashed at some point.
Hey, bro.
Damn, Boeing is that trash?
Stop trying to
Damn.
slander Airbus right now.
Yo, let me put my shades on.
You tried.
Shout out to Boeing.
He done tried to throw 3 of them crashes on Airbus, and it's like, nah, bro. That's Boeing.
You're like, no, that's Boeing too. Yo, Boeing is really that
Bro,
trash?
I remember they paid out. It was either 400 million.
1990, bro.
Was the last Airbus
Bus
crash?
crash. 1990,
Hey,
bro.
shout out to Airbus. I'm sorry. Airbus, I apologize.
Yeah.
I apologize, Airbus.
Hey, go ahead.
I love you guys. You guys are safe.
Fight them endorsement dollars back.
Boeing,
It's Boeing, bro.
Gotta
I'm
go.
sorry, dog.
Actually, hold on.
What
No,
up?
it's 21.
2021?
2021 was the last.
Oh, I was
Airbus
right.
crash.
Yeah.
Never mind. Put my shades back on, man. Y'all playing with me out here, bro.
And that was Japan.
Wendy, don't be wrong, bro.
Yeah.
Chill out.
Japan.
That's still
I'm a
close to
prophet.
Malaysia.
That's not a couple years ago.
That's 2021.
That's a couple years ago.
A couple years ago?
That's 2021.
We're in 24. What are you talking
21 is a
about?
couple years ago.
Yeah,
If you
It started 24.
That's
Couple
not
is like
couple like.
that's the definition of couple.
no, that ain't a
But
couple years.
Definition of couple.
Even though, yes, I would still consider 2021 as a couple years ago.
Yeah.
It still fits.
So, okay. I was
So,
right.
no.
Was it the
I'm-
one I was talking about, the mountainside?
So,
Yeah.
2001. I apologize.
All right, so 20.
You said 2021.
Yeah, you said
Yeah.
20.
Boeing has the most
Alright, so-
crashes, though. But
Boeing has what?
Boeing has the most crashes.
Absolutely. No, you guys are right.
You know.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Hey, Boeing, y'all need to. Y'all need to.
It's
Y'all need to
Take
get
your
on-
chances if you
It's
want
actually,
to, public.
It's actually a very
Substantial?
big difference. Yeah, very big difference.
I was trying to shoot them a little bit.
No.
I ain't no problem. I was trying to shoot them a little bit.
They've been paying out a lot of people.
Yeah.
Families that died on those crashes. I know that. But
Wow.
what's the next topic, man?
All right.
I hope
So
it's a fun one.
nah, not yet. So you just mentioned families getting paid off, right?
Yeah.
Family stuff like that, legal stuff. There was a topic that NoName brought up, and I thought it was very interesting because we actually talked about this conglomerate a few episodes back. So LVMH. There's actually a squabble right now that's going on, and the company may be actually splitting up. There's a possibility, right? So
Yeah.
Give us some information on that, NoName.
So, what if you don't know? LVMH owns, Hennessy. They own, they own Dior. They own,
Louis Vuitton.
Louis Vuitton. They own Moet. They whatever.
A lot of stuff.
They own a lot of stuff. So what ends up
Long
happening?
money.
So the father is the head of LVMH, right? And he's brought his kids. So very similar to Rupert Murdoch of bringing his kids into the family business. So his kids are taking very high prominent positions amongst the different
Right.
divisions within the corporation. And they're
Nepo?
not really liking the direction he's trying to take the company overall.
Right.
So they're trying to no, you can run that side over there, but I'm gonna run this watch division the way I see fit.
Yeah, right.
And then he's like, nah, I run the company. What you talking about? He's like, well, I run this division.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of that. It's a lot
It's
of
literally
infighting.
Succession.
Yeah, it's a lot of infighting, right?
Right.
Right.
And if you don't know, Succession is loosely based off of Rupert Murdoch. So
Right.
hence the conglomerate. So that is so it's a lot of infighting. It's a lot of no, I want to do this. and the father's saying, no, I run the company, right? And so I think collectively they're doing a very similar succession thing. They're trying to oust the father, possibly, and the kids are trying to take over the company as a whole because they want to see the company move into a different direction.
Right.
First law of power.
Never outshine the master.
Yeah, that's the first law of power. They're making a mistake. They can believe what they want to believe, but I believe there's a way how you do it, man. You're not like that. Not like that. He put you in that position, and you're gonna try to
Remember what I said episodes ago? I probably said it over a year ago when I said I'm optimistic about the world because the power structure is changing.
Yeah.
Right? Whereas the old geniuses who built up everything and they were vicious, they're kids. These snotty-nosed brats that was rich their whole life, they're about to be the ones running it, and they're not as good as their parents.
No, yeah. There's
That's happening. This is an example of that.
We got to remember one thing to that I think is very important when it comes on to successful companies. It's not only their success, but it's also how long the success has been in place. You know, like the fact that it survives for that period in time, it's because of the old heads. You know, that's really what it is. It's just the consistency of success. That's really what it is. The guy that wrote the Psychology of Money, he mentioned that when it comes on to investments, the biggest thing is the consistency. Right. You know, what makes Warren Buffett is the consistency of how good he was, you know? So you can have this bright idea and this new direction that you want to take the company into. Great, fantastic, but that does not mean it's going to be successful.
Right.
No. You know, so you have to follow the consistency of what your dad put in place.
If it ain't broke,
you know?
don't
fix it, man. And it's serious. It's serious, yeah. Right. You know nothing. When you were still a baby, you know, shitting and all this kind of stuff, he was running this company. Yeah. So don't pop up and be like, oh, yeah, I want to change it now. You know nothing, man. You know, so
I don't like it at all. Yeah. And don't get me wrong, I'm not a big fan of this conglomerate, this corporation at all. But it's very interesting for this to be going on because I didn't see it. I didn't see it coming.
He didn't see it coming.
No, I saw it coming because I see everything. It's only time.
I'm so raving with that.
It's only time.
I'm a prophet, man. Stop playing with me.
You know what I'm saying? It's only time of hey, you're not fully involved in the day-to-day. I'm the one coming in here busting my ass and you sitting on your yacht and in the French Caribbean, in the Riviera.
Is he in his 70s yet?
Probably.
He got more summers behind him than ahead of him.
Yeah. So
you got to pass it on to somebody. So
so I think it's going to be eventually then that, and I think what they should do is kind of come together because someone else is going to come in and break them apart.
Oh my God. And that's somebody smelling that blood, bro.
Like they're going to just break them apart.
That's why
succession.
Yeah, but that's why it's exciting when you kind of like map and you say like their kids aren't as good. Because like NoName is saying, you open the, I'm going to say open the door, but you open the window of opportunity for somebody else to come in there.
So a lot of people don't, like, if you were to read like what he was ruthless.
Yes.
Yeah,
right. Like he was ruthless of the way he picked apart these companies. Like he didn't just come in and say, I'm going to buy Tiffany.
It don't work
today.
like that.
It was okay. I see that you're on the downtrend. There ain't nobody buying Tiffany right now, right? Yeah. And there ain't anybody buying Tiffany right now. So he was just like, okay. And so he started to buy shares.
Get down and lay down.
Started to buy shares.
Get you at your lowest point.
So
I control you now.
What's that called again? When they, I know what you're talking about.
Like a hostile takeover.
Like a hostile takeover.
It's a hostile takeover. So he buys the shares. He buys it at the low. Comes in and is like, "Hey, you guys are not doing too well." And then they're like, "Oh, get out of here." Where he goes. Actually, I know, right? So
Elon Musk and Twitter. That's the same thing, right? Adam Newman and WeWork. That's happening right now. Like,
so that's what he did. And then as soon as he buys Tiffany, he's like,
let's make it hot.
Now let's make it hot again. Right. Cross branding. So cross branding because now I own Dior. Right. I own this. I got people at Nike. Oh, let's release the Tiffany Air Force Ones. Oh, I know the CEO. I know the CEO at Rolex. Let's release the Tiffany version face Rolex. Right.
That matches the Tiffany Air Force One.
That's what I'm saying. That tactfulness.
Get your whole Tiffany fit.
It didn't just come.
Yeah. Kids don't have
time.
that.
It takes time.
You know what I'm trying to say?
But I think the kids don't have it at this moment. But when will they learn? It's like when someone goes for a job and it's like you don't have the experience.
Some things you can't learn. Though.
I understand you can't learn, but
some things.
When will they learn?
If he dies tomorrow, what's going to happen?
That's what I'm saying. This is the thing. They will learn it eventually, but it should not come at the cost of what your dad spent years building.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say? Like this is something that you got to understand that Dad spent a lot of time doing this shit. If we disagree on something, let's disagree in house.
Yeah.
Nobody got to know about our disagreement. You know what I'm saying?
We are speaking it from a standpoint where outside looking in.
Yeah,
Of course.
But if I grew up rich my whole life and
that's also
seen
true.
and
That's
seen
also
how
true.
this is going,
Yeah.
my entitlement is a little bit different.
That's also true.
Right. You
That's
see what I'm
also
saying?
true.
My
That's
entitlement's a little bit different. The way I feel about certain things is a little bit different. So I'm in here busting my ass.
Yeah.
Like I'm looking, like you might be looking at me like I'm some snot-nosed kid,
Yeah.
but you didn't see the times when this nigga was on his ass drunk. I'm the one in here really making these moves.
Which is the least you can do.
Right, like
given what
exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
So I think that's where we're on the outside looking in, and it might just be time.
Yeah.
Like it might just be time. Like if you did watch the session, it's like the kids were right.
Yeah.
The kids were right. Like it was his time to give it.
That was a long plane ride.
yeah, like it really was. You know what I'm saying? It really was his time. Like, you know what I'm saying?
right.
Like, you know, spoiler alert, the nigga died. But you know what I'm saying? Right? But so
Do you think it's kind of like his fault though, in that sense? Because I mean, it's how you kind of raise the kids too, no? Like,
Of course, yeah.
it's just like it's coming back around to bite you. Man.
exactly.
You know because you raised them.
He
like
raised them
that.
exactly. So and it's eventually you know
The nanny raised him, but
yeah, but you get to the point where it's eventually like you should know this is coming, right? Like they're all chip off the old block. They're all like this, you know.
You
Should've come as a
you
surprise.
actually
They should've
placed
come as
them
a
in
surprise.
position of power too.
Exactly.
You know, you gave them the fucking knife to cut you off. You know
Exactly.
What I'm
So
saying?
and the thing about like with Rupert Murdoch, you notice you don't hear any infighting with his family, right?
Yeah.
His family, he kind of stepped back and was just like, all right, I'm gonna give you guys the reins. Y'all fuck it up. Y'all fucking up your own money. My money's right here.
Yeah.
Like I'm solidified in mine.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna let y'all run. If y'all fuck like so, their best deal, the best deal they came up with. So his kids. So Rupert Murdoch's kids is the one that brokered the deal with Disney to sell Century 21 Fox. That was his son.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it wasn't like he was like, yo, let's get rid of this shit.
But there's a difference between brokering a deal because
No, they were in charge and they sold it.
right. This is I had I was letting y'all cook, but I was actually going to bring that up as far as we're talking about LVMH, and you mentioned, I think it was you, Chris. You mentioned what are the kids going to do when he's gone? Like, are they can they learn all this kind of stuff? No. What typically happens is they sell.
Yeah.
That money is going to be too much. The competitors are knocking on your door. Yo, he's gone. I'm sorry. I know it's a lot of work. Let's buy it. We've been doing it. They're going to sell. That's what's going to happen. As soon as Buddy's gone, they don't have. I know y'all saying people can learn, but that ain't true.
Yeah.
That ain't true. I know y'all, no.
Yeah.
What he did was special.
Yeah.
What he built was special.
Yeah.
His kids ain't going to be able to do it.
They're not going to.
They're not him. They will never be him.
Yeah. They won't appreciate it the same way.
They appreciate money,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's all they know.
and they're going to get a pretty penny off of that.
And they may not be the cream of the crop.
They are not.
So they won't rise,
He
they won't
was.
rise to the top.
They gonna rise to the top.
That can make me name this episode Cream of the Crop. All right. So we're going to actually take our second commercial, non-commercial break. Again, y'all out there, please like, comment, and subscribe. All
A
right.
lot of shit they got though.
Right. Exactly. All right. So
Fendi,
right.
Givenchy, Celine.
I didn't know they had
Hennessy.
Givenchy.
Yep. Low.
And Celine?
It's actually pronounced Loe, but
Yeah.
Tag Heuer, Marc Jacob,
They cornered the market. Low end, high end.
yeah,
Bro, they're everywhere.
Dom Perignon,
You're going to have to call a family meeting.
Hublot. They own Fenty.
Yeah.
Like it's
Wait
you
until the
know,
breakup. Wait until they sell all these brands off. These kids about to be wealthy.
Yeah.
They'll probably sell off and just keep the good shit.
The higher level.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah. Like I said, second to last. We'll probably have another commercial somewhere in here, but we'll be right back. All right. Let's go.
And we are back from the commercial, non-commercial break. Did you subscribe and comment and hit the notification bell already? Yeah, I'll wait for you. We good?
Yeah.
All right. So going back now, Michael Jackson's family. All right.
The Jacksons.
We talked about the Jacksons. Yes. We just got through talking about some family strife, some issues with families and dealing with disagreements and courts and how money is going to go, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Michael Jackson's mom is beefing with her grandson, Michael Jackson's son, right now. And it's over
how the $2 billion estate is supposed to be run. I thought that was wild, bro.
Yeah.
Like to see what money does to
Yeah, it's a nasty game, man.
it's really nasty, bro. Like I'm personally shocked, and honestly, I didn't realize it was a $2 billion estate still.
Yeah.
Yeah, it grew. It grew. It wasn't that much.
But why? Why did it?
Just over time.
Okay.
Value.
Okay.
Goes up.
I don't know if they relinquished the Beatles catalog yet, but yeah.
Wait a minute.
They didn't do.
I
thought that was why he. I thought that was the profile. I thought that was the reason. You sure they didn't get it back?
I said, I don't know.
Okay.
Who did he?
Who did he?
Which?
It's everywhere now.
Which member of the Beatles did Michael tell that he was going to buy their publishing or whatever from?
Paul McCartney.
That's who it was.
Yeah.
Last one. Yeah.
Where he was like teaching him about publishing and,
Yeah.
and Michael was like joking like, I'm gonna buy your public, and then actually proceeded to fucking do it.
that.
Yo, Mike was low key cold, man.
He was.
He was.
It wasn't his fault. He just bought the company.
The family still owns the Beatles catalog.
Checking, but
I think this kind of points to the reason like trust and wills and stuff like that are equally important. Just because when after you're gone, you don't want your family in this type of situation.
I agree.
I don't have a problem with Mike's mom spending Mike's money because like that's his family. You know what I mean? But
and you are his mother.
yeah, like
What happens if you're abusing it though?
I mean, I don't see. That's the thing. I don't know to what levels
This
the
is between
abuse.
Apple and the Universal Music Group.
Oh, so the family don't own it anymore.
Not anymore.
Oh, they got it back. Okay.
They did. They
They got what they wanted.
They probably bought it. Hey, we'll pay you X amount of money.
Got it back.
Yeah.
After, yeah.
But I mean,
the doctor did go to jail, right?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, he did. They said, come sit down. Come sit down. But I mean, it's a nasty situation. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know who's right or who's wrong within it. I don't know if it's she spending too much or his.
And there's no way to really tell.
Yeah, like we don't.
He say,
we don't,
she say.
We don't know. Like these are people that aren't. Well, you have one person that used to live in poverty that is now obviously wealthy. You have another person that's probably never
been wealthy.
It's always been wealthy. So like, I don't know who's right, who's wrong.
It's like a test tube baby, I think, right?
Yeah,
Something like that.
I don't know for
Information overload.
And
He still
even
owns
if she
it.
want to spend the money,
Huh?
it's her son's money.
Yeah,
still
it
owns
is.
He does still own it.
Yeah, a portion, 25%.
Oh, a portion.
Okay, so it's
okay.
man sold
Well,
off.
he sold 25. He sold 25% before he even died because he was
They
going
sold
to,
off another 50.
and then they sold out. Then another 50 was
Oh,
sold
that's
out.
how they got $2 billion. Okay.
So
Yeah,
I mean, like, yeah, I don't know who's right or wrong in it, but I think I can see how his mom and his son are both entitled to.
Ain't no right or wrong. It's all
Yeah.
feelings right now.
Yeah.
I feel like you're spending too much money. I feel like I deserve to spend this kind of
But
money.
I don't know what she spent the money on. I don't know what she did with it. You know what I mean?
She's
Like
80
She
something
could be
now.
nice, and she could be helping the rest of the family. The people still in Gary.
Could be that, man.
You know what I mean? Because people calling her, because like we said earlier in the episode, the easiest way to get through and get what you want is through women.
they ain't calling Joe.
Motherfucker, who?
They said, man, nah, we
Who
call
are
it.
you?
We ain't calling Joe.
What do you want?
We're going to call you. You're the easy one. Bingo. Third uncle, twice married. Like, yeah. He need how much? $1 million? We got you. Don't worry, nah. Joe ain't going.
Too funny.
Come on, dog.
Too funny.
Come on, dog.
Hey, don't tell Joe. Okay,
Whatever you do, don't tell Joe.
don't worry, baby. He ain't going
Wait.
to
So y'all plan on checking out the? Because I think they're doing a new bio, or they're doing like a new movie on biopic on his family or
I
whatever,
think he's had enough.
or on him.
I know, right? I think I'm good.
Nah, you're not gonna check it out.
I think I'm good.
What's the name? Nina Long's supposed to be in it.
You long on me?
Yeah, she gonna play his mom.
Shit, that's a little temptation right there, boy.
She's still fine.
I'll
She's still
YouTube
fine.
it. Yeah, she's still fine.
She's still fine.
Alright.
The freckles make her finer, dog.
Wendy said,
you don't have to wear makeup.
Wendy said, "I'm gonna check out the trailer."
The trailer's good.
The trailer give it to you like,
Yeah.
Leave me alone, boy.
All right, so
yeah, still fine.
I know, undefeated.
What you on that?
Undefeated. All right, so let's move right along to some other beef. I think you could call it family or friend beef, maybe.
Combination.
Combination, right? So this whole Kendrick Lamar situation going at, I think it's Drake, but Drake was smart enough to pull J. Cole up in this situation.
Can't handle that one by himself, man.
He couldn't handle it by himself, man. But what do y'all? First of all, have y'all fellas heard the actual Kendrick track?
Yeah.
What was it called again? I'm
that.
blanking. Like that. Yes. The Future and Metro Boomin track with that nasty Kendrick feature, which was cool. I'm not a big fan of Kendrick features. I don't know if that's an unpopular opinion.
It very much is. You probably by yourself on that.
I think Kendrick features are I'm not gonna say mid, but they're overrated a little bit.
You realize there's
Kendrick features are overrated.
Okay.
Kendrick albums are classic.
Okay.
Features are overrated.
Just let you know, there's a whole community of people that are probably going to come for you based off that take right there.
I'm a juggernaut. I just want y'all to know it. I'm a juggernaut.
Just know.
I'm a juggernaut. I ain't lose a debate, conversation, argument in
That's fine. I just want you to know
20 years. I don't know.
At one point in time, and I think it's still off the strength of this track, you can probably still consider it. They consider Kendrick Lamar. When I say they, I mean the people out there that support Kendrick Lamar. I consider him a feature killer.
That's J. Cole right now.
That's J. Cole right now.
I've been J. Cole for like 7 years.
And I agree. I don't disagree with that. I'm just saying, historically, there's a section of the hip hop community that says Kendrick Lamar will be featured on your song, and make it his song.
So
take that. That's
been a while.
All I'm saying,
it has been a while. It has been a while. But
J. Cole has been Jesus
at least 7 years,
very much so.
Oh my God, man!
Recently,
now don't get me wrong.
Yeah, man.
What's up?
No, I said he even said it in one of the songs. That when you call me on the song, he's like, "What you calling the Reaper or something like that?"
Kendrick didn't say that. J. Cole said
Jesus,
that.
He's like, Jesus went to hell and asked me for a feature, some shit like that. He said on his song, but man, aggressive. He's just aggressive.
And the ridicule I've had for J. Cole is the opposite. J. Cole will kill a feature, but his albums at that time at least were kind of mid to me. They just weren't that great. Since Born Sinner was his best, 2014 was good.
That was the second album.
Born Sinner was
the second album.
That was his best work.
That was his worst.
2014.
His worst album
was good. It was good.
That was good too.
That was good.
Some people consider that his best album.
I think For Your Eyes
that was the best rollout, damn near ever. Album rollout, that was like the best album rollout ever. 2014 Forest Hill Drive.
I'm just telling you that the audience considers the best album.
But I ain't the average audience. I ain't the average audience.
How you feel about Off Season though?
I love All Season. I think that's some of the coldest raps. That's some of the best raps.
But I'm just saying, if we're ranking his projects, and like I said, I think J. Cole for the longest, prior to the past 7 years, has been killing features, even prior, but like his albums they kind of tapered off a little bit. And I think that's because he lost motivation, which is why he even came up with the notion of the last album is going to be to fall off and I'm going to go play basketball because that's what I'm happy of. That's what makes me happy. You go try to play basketball and you realize your dreams ain't, I know you call you Dreamville and all that, but you ain't playing in the NBA. Get your butt back to rapping, right? Right? Shut up and rap. You know what I'm saying? So now you come back and rededicate yourself to rap, and he's admitted it on the might delete later documentaries. I don't know if y'all been checking those out on YouTube. He's actually admitted it. Yo, I had to really get back on my pen, and I've even neglected producing, which is what I started off doing. I've neglected that, so I'm rusty there. But my rapping, I'm the best on the planet right now.
Yeah.
And J. Cole right now for the past at least 5 years. You can't touch him.
Okay.
Right? Kendrick, all I'm saying with Kendrick, and I like Kendrick, all his albums are classic. Every real studio album is classic.
It's a classic.
Every real studio album, the three.
I feel like Kendrick is an artist. I feel like J. Cole is a rapper. And I feel like Kendrick is an artist, and I feel like J. Cole is a rapper, and I feel like Drake is like a pop star. You know what I'm trying to say?
I don't disagree.
If you were to like group them in terms of category, you know?
But all I'm saying is Kendrick's features are overrated. The Control verse was overrated. Good, but overrated, dog. A little overrated. I'm just saying. That's it. This one on the Future project with Metro, good, but overrated, dog.
I think it's all right. I'm gonna be honest. I thought it was all right. You know, it didn't like get me ripping it back again. I'm like, oh shit, let me hear what he says. Let me actually pay attention. You know what I'm trying to say? I didn't
every Cole verse in the past 5 years, I had to pull back. Like even the one on Yachty, he did, man.
The one on Yachty, bro. The one
been snapping.
Yo, the one that you gotta listen to, man, is the one with him and
Benny.
Benny the Butcher,
Johnny
bro.
P.
Listen,
Scatty.
bro.
Yeah. Johnny P.
Yo,
Scatty. Crazy.
It's a bro. It's
seen the video?
I've seen
Yes.
the video. It's an impressive verse when he was talking
Kill
about
it,
the
everything.
MC,
He came for it.
equal MC square thing, bruh.
But you know what?
the
He
theory
don't
of
miss.
relativity, he don't miss, bro.
Got in there with a real MC too, because Benny can rap. So
Benny's good.
Iron sharp as iron.
Benny's
so.
good when he's with like Alchemist or something, Harry Fraud or something like that.
Oh
But-
yes, when he's with terrific producers with great
the
production.
greatest producers of all time. So I got this thing I want to say as well about this, right? Because I haven't heard anybody talking about this. I think these guys have gotten pitted. I think they've gotten pitted against each other by Drake. I think Drake is literally the puppeteer right now, putting these guys against each other. Drake and Kendrick have been throwing jabs at each other, mainly Kendrick, because Drake is the one to do things subliminally, right? They've been going back and forth for at least a decade. Kendrick Lamar and Drake, right? So back in the day, we all know Kendrick and J. Cole were like, they were tight. They talked about doing projects together and all this stuff, right? Drake is the type of person, and we've seen it with Kanye West, how he was tormenting Kanye West, right? Drake is the one that'll do things subliminally, like drive by your house and try to smash your wife, all low key, and he'll say it in a song 5 years later, right? That's who he seems to be, right?
Right.
Snake.
I believe, and J. Cole seems like a nice guy. I believe he befriended J. Cole
With
And-
ulterior motives.
with ulterior motives.
I disagree.
In order to pull, and let's hear me out, in order to pull him away from Kendrick Lamar. Now, if I'm Kendrick Lamar, I'm seeing that and I'm like, oh, you with the enemy. You know I don't mess with him. And we talked about him.
Yeah.
You with him now? And J. Cole is thinking, my career, I need to blow up. I need some of his fans. Listen, I'm telling you, this is art of war. This is art of war,
Yeah.
right? So now, when you come for me, he's my boy now. He's my fake. J. Cole is not really your friend. J. Cole wants your fan base. It's business. J. Cole is strategic, right? Hear me out. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
J. Cole wants your fan base. But Drake is using you as cover. Now when Kendrick Lamar comes back, you got to talk about this other guy too. He with me.
I don't feel like he will though. I'm gonna be honest. I don't feel like. Low key, I feel like
He's
all
falling
three.
for
Bro,
it.
I feel
Everybody's
like all
saying
three,
Kendrick versus J. Cole.
Bro, this is what I'm thinking because that's what everybody wants. That's the narrative.
I don't want that.
But I feel like I feel like in the background, bro. I feel like all three of them
It's a footnote.
are like, yo, bro. Let's create this.
Oh, so you think it's all fake?
Bro, yes.
No.
Yes, fuck yes.
No, this is civil war in rap right now.
I know, but still, I feel like they understand their place and they understand what beefing will do. They understand the views that it will get. They understand the revenue that's potentially there as well. And I feel like sitting down with each other and being like, yo, bro, you want to create some type of situation where it looks like this. You know what I'm trying to say? Because they understand, they get it, bro. And I feel like it's not, bro, I don't buy into it 100%. I don't feel like it's 100% real.
I think the rap game is a lot of fake friends.
That too.
That's true.
That's true.
I agree. I agree with the verse. The verse wasn't like spectacular, but it was solid. I agree with the Metro Future track. Like I like the sample. So
Sample's
like,
dope.
Yeah, it's cool to find out that the producer owns the publishing, and Metro had to send him the track before he cleared it, and he said he didn't get the Kendrick feature on there when they sent it, so he didn't know that was coming. So that was a surprise to him, but he still gets paid off that since he owns the publishing. So I think that's really cool. I think that Kendrick probably really has smoke with Drake because that's been back and forth for however long.
At least a decade.
That's true.
I don't think he has smoke with
J. Cole.
Outside.
He does not.
Outside of just hip hop is competitive and
Collateral damage.
yeah, like that. It just is what it is on that one.
Yeah.
I think you'll hear Cole probably either release something or have something on the fall off as a response, but I don't think it's ever.
I hope not.
No, I don't. It's rap, man. I don't think
beef.
it's ever gonna be something mad.
This ain't your
Mad,
beef, bro.
yeah,
This ain't your beef.
Yeah,
I want him. That Canadian.
Oh
dude,
yeah, no, that might really be smoke.
That's smoke.
And people have said, Drake needs to get in the booth. Like we don't care about your Instagram captions. We
Who's
don't
got
care.
Twitter fingers now?
Yeah.
and
Right.
Who got Twitter fingers now?
People say like, bitch, get in the booth. Like we want to hear you. And this is not a pop song type of beef when it comes to Kendrick Lamar. It's not about who makes the bigger song. It really is about the bars. Like
Do you think Drake can really go head to head with Kendrick when it comes on the bars?
Do you think what?
I think he can try.
You think Drake? I was saying if you think Drake can go head to head with Kendrick when it comes onto bars.
No, I think he can
I don't
try.
think
I think he can try because he's the bigger artist. Like you said, he's a pop artist. I do consider Drake to be a pop star. He's the biggest mainstream rapper.
Yeah.
And he makes popular music. So I think pop star fits. I think J. Cole is a MC.
MC, literally.
I think he controls the mic when he goes out and does performances, especially at the shows. I've been to a couple of the shows I like. To me, that's a MC. I think Kendrick still fits in that category too. I think he might be. You know what? At this point, no, I agree. So I think they're all artists, man. Everybody is particular about their artwork.
In the simplest way of the term, sure.
I don't know.
Kendrick's a different kind of artist.
But I don't know if that makes just because he's different, he's more complex or he's more artsy.
You don't think Kendrick is more complex
than
Drake?
Than Drake?
Than both of them. You don't think Kendrick is the most complex out of the three?
Nah, I think that's subjective.
I feel like he is.
Like I said, I think that's subjective. I think maybe when it comes down to like his interludes and the message he's trying maybe to convey on his albums, I think it's an honest critique there. But you can say his albums are more artistic than other albums.
That's all I'm saying.
I don't know if he's more of an artist than the next guy. I'm not gonna say
that's
that.
how I perceive it.
Well,
so
what you just said, that's how I said.
That's fine. But I mean, at the end of the day, that's still subjective. You know what I mean? There could be another guy that comes along and says, well, if you look at, I could look at Born Center and say that had more.
Yeah, Drake has nail polish. He's an artist.
That's what I'm.
It just. I mean, art. Hey man, art is subjective. It depends on.
True too, bro.
It depends on how you consume it. You know what I mean, and how you judge it. But it like I said, I think Kendrick real smoke there with Drake. Not real smoke there with Cole. I think that's competition. I think what gets lost in all this is the fact that Big Sean released a whole new track and nobody went to listen to none of that shit.
Yo, was he wearing a bodysuit? Why his body look funny like that?
I feel so sorry for him, man, because he definitely did a Tiny Desk and everybody else.
It was cool.
Everybody else has done a Tiny Desk. Like Jeezy did his, Scarface, and you hear a whole bunch of feedback how people enjoyed that, and this shit popped off.
Big Sean's was better than Jeezy's.
I'm not.
Jesus was bad.
But the audience, man.
Scarface had the best one I've seen in a while.
Yeah, he had the best one I've seen in a while too. I like Juvenile as well, but so I liked. I didn't say I loved. The thing that hurt Jeezy's Tiny Desk was the audience that they brought there. You can't bring. I don't care if the kids were from Hampton, Clark, whatever. You don't need to bring kids in that age group. To an album that was released. 2005, 2006, almost 20 years ago. They ain't gonna resonate with that. Like, and that's what really fucked that whole Tiny Desk up. I feel like he should get a redo
bad
on it.
No, I blame him too. Sequencing to me wasn't great. Like, it was more just the audience.
You can't do standing ovation, right? Like, standing ovation is like a deep.
I knew
Juvenile's just as old. Juvenile's older.
That's what I'm saying.
But I knew he fucked up with the audience when.
Then he did Air Force One.
What was it? Standing ovation.
That's what he started with.
This is more than words. This is more. I am the streets. I am.
So he started with standing ovation,
and the audience didn't know the words. And then to his chorus, I think they repeated.
Then he went to Air Force One.
I am the trap. They just kept.
That's called sequence. That's called sequencing. You did a bad job, bro.
No, he did a very bad job because Juvenile hasn't released a new track in God knows how long.
But he released a new
video. He had it jumping.
And he had that
fresh
place
did his thing.
Jumping.
You know what though?
Oh, those songs are from in the 90s. And he had the place jumping.
He dropped the
video. I watched it. The video was trash.
Too. You think it's trash?
It had nice buns in the. I mean, it had nice.
But you didn't like anything else.
The shades on.
You didn't like none of the
smoke.
You didn't like none of the visuals and no. Wasn't rocking with that. I like the Juvenile.
I thought the creative direction should have been a lot better. I get it, the 25th anniversary, and I'm a big Juvie fan. 400 Degrees is one of my favorite rap albums of all time. I was in middle school, like I shouldn't have been listening to that, but
here we are.
Yeah, big music head, big music head. I knew all the lyrics. I still know the lyrics, but nah. All right, I see what they're doing.
I want to bring something back real quick.
What up, bro?
Kendrick Lamar, and just tell me. So, do you consider Section 80 Kendrick's first album?
It's technically a studio.
That's not what I asked. I said, do you?
No. Okay. But it's technically a studio. But you're right. No. I mentioned earlier 3. Remember earlier?
I know you did. Yeah. But that's why I had to come back and talk. I'm like, hey, hold on. Because it's just.
That one came back in your head a little bit.
Section 80 is great. To me, it ain't a classic.
I think it's great too. But like he said, it was like.
All them shits are mid.
Wow.
Oh, you know what?
We'll come to Section 80 is considered a digital album before streaming became a thing. So I remember it being available on Spotify, and that's how I consumed it. That's how I listened to it.
Bro, let me tell you about this dude.
Album.
I was stuck on
Because it was a digital album.
It could have been anything.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you about this guy.
I guess they didn't want to resonate it as a, or they didn't want to count it as like physical sales.
Right.
That's how you feel?
Now,
All
listen,
the joints was mid.
listen.
That's
I'm gonna
interesting.
tell you a little bit about this guy right here. I remember, I can't remember the year, but we were on the way to Dave Chappelle stand-up show, right? And this is when Pimp a Butterfly literally just came out, and we're driving in the car. It was me, you, I think Lance or something like that, and we're listening to Pimp a Butterfly, and I'm vibing. I'm like, this is amazing. And these two guys are like, this is trash. I'm like, what
Interesting.
the hell are y'all talking about?
It
The Pimp a Butterfly is one of the greatest albums
It grew
of
on
this
me.
past
It grew on me.
of the past like 15 years, 20 years.
I
That's
didn't,
how you feel for real?
I didn't love it like that when I first heard it. I thought it was cool because like I think you made the comparison once. It's basically just a revamped version of Doggy Style, right? Like it's just a more current version of that.
The song where he was crying threw me off at first, but that grew on me. That was the only one. Everything else to me was freaking like amazing. This is dope. Like, wow, this is different.
Yeah.
I thought it was great.
So Good Kid, Mad City, that's considered the first.
That's amazing.
That's considered.
That's
amazing.
So most consider that
Mid.
the first Kendrick.
You don't like that
album.
one either?
No, that's NoName, by the way. NoName said that.
Bro.
All right.
All of them.
Yo, you tweaking.
Mid.
You tweaking, bro.
All of them.
You tweaking.
Mid.
So what is considered, I guess, like a great album to you?
I bet you think Channel Orange is trash too, huh?
No.
Okay. Whew. Okay.
No.
Whew.
No, for real though. No,
Our friendship was on the line right there.
If you had to recommend an album to me as like, hey Valle, this is a classic album from start to finish. Press play on this. Trust me, you'll love it. What album?
Rap?
Yeah, let's keep it there.
Rap? Damn. It depends on your mood. Right, it depends on your mood. Like if
Okay.
you're trying to get amped up, like
I mean, whatever.
I hold Thug Motivation 101
in high regard.
You gotta understand, you're talking to a reformed street dude.
I hold that.
I wanna let you know that.
I hold
That used to be my Bible back in the day. That was my Bible.
Thug Motivation
Right,
101?
like
Yep.
Thug Motivation
That's my
101s are like
Hit the kitchen lights, cockroaches everywhere.
like that. I hold that in high regard.
Hard head, make a soft ass. Hard way to get your straight cash. Okay.
Born Sinner.
All right.
Born Sinner is up there.
That's a very depressing album too, by the way.
But that's what I
Somewhat.
said. It all depends on your mood.
True. No, I just wanted to point that out.
Yeah,
that
Rich Die Trying.
That man wrote the album when he was depressed. Was that 50's first?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So like,
Great album. A lot of those songs ain't standing the test of time, but I got you. Great album though.
Yeah.
You said something about College Dropout. We're gonna revisit that one day.
I agree. We can do that. I can't wait. But yeah, some of those albums,
Graduation.
amazing. Graduation, amazing.
Graduation is amazing. Yeah,
That's
so-
a solid list. I think that's a solid
Like, that's
list.
what I'm
He
saying.
hasn't
Like,
named anything I would skip at this moment.
Right.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying,
It's
like-
wild that you find none of Kendrick albums.
Yeah, that's kinda
there
wild.
Because the albums you just named, I would say you could put Damn in that conversation with those albums. Like I think Damn could be there.
if I were to think of all of Ken, that's probably the one I.
You like the most?
Yeah.
I think
like
that's
I,
the
like
third
I,
best.
like I'll
think that's the
probably
third best.
You said the
But I
Pimp a
think
Butterfly, right?
Pimp a Butterfly is number one
for you.
It's
for me, from my
Yeah.
perspective.
I can see him loving
Mad City?
To Pimp a
Mad
Butterfly because it's heavy. You know, like that's a
We
heavy
gonna
album.
be all right. That's
You know what I
fire.
mean?
Yeah, because when you all be all on his. Black
I know.
People power. Shout out Fred Hampton. Shout out Fred Hampton. People power.
That's a
People
heavy
power.
album.
man.
I
People
feel like
power.
Damn isn't as heavy.
I think that's
And-
more like
Yeah, Damn was like that balance.
balance,
Like,
yeah.
And I think-
oh, I gotta
I
get
think
the regular
after
people.
Yeah,
And I think after
that
Dan
nigga's
would
rapping,
be
bro.
Good Kid, Mad City.
Good Kid, Mad City.
my God,
Doggy
my
style.
God.
Right, so like,
Doggy-
so,
right.
but like,
Updated doggy
like I
style.
said, but then like I said, it's mid.
I'll say this: they came out and gave Good Kid, Mad City the
Pulitzer.
the classic
Oh, no,
stamp.
okay.
I think I don't know if it's double XL.
I'm sorry,
or
Pimp a
who.
Butterfly got a Pulitzer, I think.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah,
the
because of
equivalent
all
of
of it.
Pulitzer.
When Good Kid came out,
What do you feel about
they rated it pretty high.
Good Steppers
Right.
and Mr. Morale and Good Steppers? The most recent album that he let out.
I liked it.
I ain't
Like
calling it a
I think it was
classic, though.
I think it was pandering
I ain't calling it a classic.
to a demographic of it. He hasn't been out for a while, so I'm
Right,
gonna
right,
try
right.
to I'm gonna try to check all these boxes.
Boxes,
I'm gonna try to check all these boxes.
That video was fire though.
I like
Whoever
it.
that girl
It was
is.
fire.
Yo, she fine as hell.
Yeah. Like,
Paid some. I looked her up.
I don't know what. hey.
What she?
I think it's I had to look up.
but yeah. So I just. Oh man,
You didn't vibe with that one. I felt like
okay,
that was.
that's fair.
I was listening to like when I was like,
Pander?
okay, and then it's like,
I like one of my favorite. I think it was the opening. It opens with what in N95.
N95.
It's something he says on that. Watch me own it all.
I like
just like Jigga. Watch me own it all. Some shit like you know what I'm trying to
Of
say.
course, yeah.
But I'm not gonna quote the verse verbatim. But he has some moments on that album where I'm like,
Father Time.
this could have been a classic album.
Right.
Like it has flashes.
Yeah, flashes.
But I can't say that it's up there with the.
You listen to the whole album, right?
Yeah. It's moments in the album where I'm like, I love this album, but I just don't love it as a whole.
Okay.
Cohesively.
Okay.
Yeah, but there are moments in there where
one
I'm like,
2 songs you can pull it, be like, yeah, I fuck with it. Yeah.
all the time.
I think too, if we were to think of the landscape of hip hop or rap, what was the like in the last couple like pop star, like you guys are talking about Drake, like what was his last really good album? Right, like that.
I know y'all remember me saying he was gonna fall off. I know y'all remember me saying
You
that.
know the thing with Drake, bro? It's not even the fucking album.
I know y'all remember me saying. You don't remember me saying that.
I listen to it, I'm like, yeah, I fuck with this. You know
Many
what I'm
people
trying to say?
said that though.
Like,
It's not even the albums, bro, because his albums are, to me, are trash, bro. Like, I don't fuck with his albums. It's like 1 and 2 songs. on
Trash
the
is
album.
harsh. I ain't gonna say
Yeah,
trash.
it's a trash.
you
but-
could say mid.
Not, yeah, really, actually mid. Actually mid.
Really? You
You dropped a lot of those.
Like one, bro, like literally, if it's not for these 2 songs, I wouldn't even fuck with you. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, like I think the one I probably hold, like the last one, I was like vibing. I was like, if you're reading this
For the-
it's too late.
Oh,
That's
Yeah,
a
yeah.
long
That's
time.
twice
I remember
fucking-
staying up at. I remember staying up for that one.
You said if you read-
that was 2011.
No,
Yeah, that was 2011.
Nah,
I remember that. That had to be.
Nah,
15,
double
I
check,
think.
double
that might have been like
15.
2015, 2016.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
y'all might be right because I remember him saying, "Oh, this is his last one on Cash
Because
Money."
then right after
Yeah.
that, he dropped the one with Future.
that was after 2014 Forest Hill Drive.
Yeah.
It was-
Interesting.
I like More Life. More Life was
More Life. I was gonna say More Life
More Life
was
was
a good
cool.
one too.
I like More Life.
Yeah.
Take Care.
More Life
My
was-
favorite one was actually Scorpion.
Nah, I didn't like Scorpion.
I liked it. That was more personal. He's talking about his mom.
I
Sandra's Rose.
skipped a lot of shit on Scorpion.
Really? I think that was his most personal album. I think that was when he was trying to. He was actually you actually saw who this dude really is on Scorpion, talking about real life issues and you know what I mean. All the other stuff is all fake.
His songs from Scorpion that charted, like those are all like they were like bangers, but I just didn't enjoy the rest of the. Yeah, I don't know.
Did you like Sandra's Rose?
I did.
Okay.
But that's because he was actually rapping. That's a boom bap.
I like
type
the
of-
rapping. I
Yeah,
like
that's-
rapping.
I like-
Drake.
yeah.
I like Drake when he wants to rap.
Rap, yeah.
And not give me a pop single and
See,
la la la.
When he's rapping, bro.
Yeah. His pen is not bad
He's
at
not.
all.
Like, back to
I
back.
just don't think it's better than Kendrick Cole.
Yeah.
And that's why I think this era is this era's big 3.
Yeah.
You know, like that's what it is.
Right.
You know, in what order you want to put them is up to whoever.
I do think.
I would say Cole, Kendrick, and Drake. That's
Yeah,
all.
15.
to me, that's
Right.
To me, though,
2015. Okay.
2015. To me, I think that's like.
and then before that, it
you
was
can have the recent rankings on that.
yeah.
But if you to go back 10 years ago,
Then Kendrick. You would put Kendrick over.
some people will argue Drake.
And then before that was
Some.
nothing was the same.
Some.
Nothing was the same. Nothing was the same. And if you're reading it, which was a mixtape,
It's already too late.
it's already too late. Those are like after that, those were it, and then it just
I'm gonna tell you this.
Where was
and
the
then
one-
he just singled us to death.
What's
after
the one?
that.
What's the
If
one with
you-
his face on it? The sideways face.
Yeah, that's the one
That's
I'm talking
nothing
about.
was- yeah,
Nothing was the
nothing
same.
was the same.
That was a good
That's
one, too.
2013.
That was a good one,
13,
too.
and then
That was a good
15,
one.
and then
That was
he just
rapping
singles
Drake,
us.
man.
He just singled us to death for the rest of the time.
So it's two ways you can look at this, right?
What's up?
You can look at it the way that NoName and Chris are saying that it's like, these albums are mid and it's only like a few songs or 1 or 2 songs in here that bang. Or you can look at it in this way. Hey, this artist has to make music for everyone. And every project he releases, I always find something in there that I like. And that's just kind of how you
That's
have
why
to
he's a pop star.
Drake is
What
a
makes him a pop
product.
star,
That's why I
right?
say he's
Drake is a
pop star.
product.
Yeah.
Yeah, the industry.
Drake is a
Industry, baby.
result. Drake
could say.
Jewish. Drake is a result of a lot of calculations.
Yeah.
Drake is a result of a lot of moving parts.
And Kanye.
Drake is a product. Drake, what they were saying about Drake a long time ago, yeah, he signed to this guy, that signed to this guy, that signed to this guy. Yeah, you're a product, bro.
Pushed in a lot.
Why you think Drake still got a tour? Why you think Drake can never take a break? Remember he said he was gonna take a break? Can't.
Pusha didn't
He's a
lie.
product, and he owes too many people too much money.
Pusha T told us the truth on these diss records.
He did.
Yeah.
And Drake hates him for that.
Yeah, he does.
And Drake can't wait to run into him.
And probably will still lose. Like
I don't think Pusha T can fight. You think Pusha T?
I don't think that's a beef that'll ever be like face to face.
No, he exposed too much about Drake.
Yeah,
Drake hates that guy.
Yeah, that's fine. But you know what? So I heard someone say this along the way. Like, this is the thing about Drake. You can throw a shot. Like, we see how he handled the Meek Mill thing, right? Like, he kind of got Meek up out of there.
That's Meek Mill.
Yeah, that's Meek Mill, right?
Officer.
But what happened when you ran into somebody that actually fucking hates you? Right? We can all agree. Push probably really hates this dude because the Instagram is pretty bad when you gotta cry to Instagram and Zuckerberg and them and say, "Hey, I need y'all to take this man's story down because it's slandering me on the internet way too much."
That's how he plays, bro.
Like that says a lot.
Yeah.
And he's still hanging on to that. Like he's still upset
or
about
run into
it.
somebody that can actually rap. Like
Or
like,
that.
You notice he didn't respond to Joe.
But I'll say this. Well, he's not.
That was a long Instagram rant, though.
Yes and no. Yes and no. Technically,
Sassy.
see, he responded to Joe with an Instagram caption.
That was
and then
sassy.
proceeded to do everything that Joe told him to do.
You fast.
on the fucking album.
No, I'm talking about like the beginning, like
the
when
first
Joe
one,
was
yeah.
the very first time.
Yeah,
The very first time.
Nah, he wasn't rapping with Joe.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So that's the thing. Drake, you know what the Drake is? Drake is the
Quentin Miller.
Yes, but when I mean
man,
in like in life,
I like Quentin
Drake.
Miller,
Drake is the y'all gonna know this. Like,
What's up?
The kid that comes to the basketball court that has a nice ball. That only comes to that mom.
The
was
wristband.
No. The mom. They're like, what are you doing here?
Yeah.
The mom, the parent. I'm not going to say mom.
Yeah,
The
right.
parent lives in this neighborhood that you don't think they should because
Right.
of their circumstances. They are there, but he comes to there. Got the nice ball. He got the kicks. It might not be the new kicks, but he got the first.
got a nice
That's
ball.
him. He's cool. He's really talented, but like. He needs a push, right? Like that's the dude. Like yo, yeah, he's nice. I'm gonna pick him up. Blah 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 blah. He's a cool dude from around the way that just got put on, right? They were like that. It was talented and just got put on. So it was like, all right, we're just gonna just funnel all of this energy into it. Like he was in Dr. Dre's writing camps for a very long time, and then he had to. They're like, yo, you're nice, but you out here with these chicks are just running you ragged. Right, you know what I'm saying, and then finally it was some mafia shit that got him really signed. Hence the reason why
Literally.
he can't, he can't do nothing.
That's
like,
literally.
literally, like you know what I'm saying. So
I just remember that. Didn't they send him to Houston?
that's how we got. That's how we got with the mafia.
That's
You know what I'm saying?
that's the beginning. And
So-
don't forget Lil Wayne's manager Cortez Bryant. I remember watching the interview when they were talking about how he found Drake or how Drake was bought to him, and I remember him literally saying. And for those who don't know Cortez Bryant, I believe he is a part of the LGBTQ community. I remember how excited he was when he found out that Drake was light skinned. He was real giddy. And he light skinned? Ooh.
Yeah.
I saw that interview.
Yeah. So-
Cortez Bryant. Look him up. Cortez Bryant speaking on Drake. That's literally, yeah. So I'm just saying that factored in to the reason Drake was signed. Ooh, he light skinned?
Yeah.
I'm just saying, can I not say that? Yeah.
Well, and the thing too is
That happened.
and like some of the verses, like one verse he wrote years, and it just sat on a hard drive, and then they finally
Which one?
oh my god, the one with Baby, and it was
Something like my daddy?
No,
Birdman or Little?
Birdman. So Birdman. She Will.
Oh, okay.
He wrote that 5 years before, and then what ended up happening was who's the producer on that? It's not Metro, it's Hit Boy.
Okay.
Right?
Shout out to Hit Boy, man.
And it
That
was
man
like,
be working.
was it Hit Boy? I can't remember who's
That don't seem like a Hit Boy era,
Yeah,
but it wasn't
so-
Scott Storch.
Hey man,
no.
I'm gonna tell you, Hit has been producing for a long time, and I didn't realize he had as much on Watch the Throne as he did. I didn't realize he had been working.
That's more the
Yeah,
Hit Boy
yeah.
era.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
She Will ain't a Hit Boy era though.
No, that record is around that bubble.
She Will? She Will.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's Hit Boy?
that's like what?
I think,
2011.
That ain't
2010? 2012?
let's see. Who produced that song?
I'm trying to.
That's in that bubble.
That's in that bubble. 2011.
See what I'm saying?
That's 20, but who
2011.
produced it though?
T minus.
Thank you. I'm like,
T-minus.
that ain't Hit Boy. That ain't the Hit Boy.
Yeah. T minus. So T minus was talking about it. Was like, yo, it was on a hard drive,
Right.
and he was just playing stuff for Baby, and that came up, and he was like, whoa,
Right.
what the fuck? What's that? And then they were like, nah, let me get that. He bought it. Called. Was like, yo, I heard you on this track. He was like, all right. He was like, yo, I wrote that years ago.
Right.
And then that's how. Like,
Hey,
that
sir. Yeah, I wrote that years ago, sir.
years ago, dog. Yeah, because the beat was done and Drake jumped on it.
Yeah.
and then just left it. It was just sitting on a hard drive. So if they released it in 2011, so he had that. They've been
Right.
sitting on it for 5
prior,
years.
right?
Yeah.
Interesting.
It's like what?
06.
06, yeah.
06. Yeah.
Interesting.
That's why if you listen to his Drake's verse, he sounds super young.
Yeah.
Right. I never picked that up. I never picked it up.
T minus told the story when he went on T-Pain's podcast.
Okay.
Hey.
And then he told the story.
Shout
He
out
told-
T-Pain.
Shout out Pain. Shout out Pain. Shout out
Yeah.
Pain.
Tell that ass
So-
a hero.
All right, so moving on, man. Moving on. So we're all in agreement that Kendrick washes Drake,
All day.
and I think we also are in agreement that we don't want to see Kendrick versus J. Cole.
No, I want to see that.
Okay, damn.
You wanna see that?
I don't want to see
And
it.
not on some beef, on just some hip hop
I don't wanna
type
see
stuff,
it.
man. I'm good
I
with
don't want to
that.
see it. I want to see them do an album together.
That's what
I
I'm
would like to
saying.
see that too.
That's what I'm saying.
But you could do an album together and
That's
still be
what
in
I want.
competition.
Right.
I could do it.
But I don't want to see the beef because beef kills all
Well,
that.
see,
Yeah.
this is the thing, right? I don't equate competition with beef. You know what I mean? We can still compete and everything can still be good. Like 50 and Kanye did that with Graduation and what was the shit with AO Technology?
Massacre.
Yeah. So Massacre and Graduation did that at one
They
point.
didn't do an album together.
No, but they pitted their albums against each other in
They
2000.
never did a song together.
Okay, but they pitted their albums against each other, and I think was it 2007 to see who would outsell who, to drive competition to compete.
I remember that.
To compete for hip hop.
Yeah.
There's no reason that Kendrick and Cole couldn't do the same thing, even if it was a joint album. Like I would listen to see like, you know, hey, who out rapped who on which track or who out rapped who on what album.
Right.
You know,
But
like
that's different than beef. I don't want to see them beef. I'd rather see Kendrick and Drake beef.
that's fine. I think that's valid. Like it's a valid reason.
That's valid.
There's real smoke there versus
right.
hey, that's my homie.
Yeah.
But we're competing.
Yeah, I
You
don't mind
play
that.
on a different team.
Yeah.
I play on a different team.
I don't mind
Guess
that.
what? We trying to win a title though.
Yeah,
I don't mind that.
And I think
Competition.
I have a funny feeling Drake, J. Cole's response is going to be something similar to like the tempo of "I Let Nas Down." Right? It's going to be like that melodic of "Damn man, I'm disappointed in you." Right? Like, and it's going to be like that type
Okay.
of
Response,
like
yeah.
response. I don't think it's going to be like
Head on.
like
I don't
like I
so
think
either.
Can't
it's
son him
going-
like he did Meek Mill.
Yeah, like I think he's gonna that I think J. Cole's response is gonna be more of that type of style. It's not gonna be like diss track, right? I think it's gonna be
he
he's
could
gonna
address
turn
it.
it into a song. He's gonna turn it into a song.
He could address it how he addressed what's the little rapper name? Lil Pump.
No, he can't. That's disrespectful.
1985.
But I think Drake
Got him all the way the
I
fuck
think-
up out of here.
I think Kendrick does not want that with J. Cole right now.
no.
Not right now. He too
Well,
fresh.
Like I
Yeah,
said,
he
man,
is
that,
too fresh, man.
that- I don't think that's real. I don't think that's real beef. I think that's just competition.
and that's why I said it's not real. So he's gonna respond on
In a
that
way
type
where
of.
it's- Okay, I
see,
when
I see.
And I'm gonna
like
tell you,
that.
I've seen Kendrick run from the smoke before, so that's why I'm kind of like,
From Cole?
yeah.
When?
It's one of Jeezy's recent albums, maybe like 3 albums ago.
Oh no, Jeezy set them up. Jeezy talked about
yeah,
that.
them both
Jeezy
on the
set
rap.
them- no,
and,
no.
Then, and then Kendrick
Jeezy
came on,
spoke about that.
And
Jeezy
came
set
on
it
there
up.
just singing. I'm like, where?
No.
Where are the raps?
Jeezy
weren't-
talked about it.
Okay.
Jeezy didn't tell either one that they were going to be on the track. And Kendrick does this. When he'll go on a track and he'll only give you a feature. Kendrick does that for some reason. He didn't know J. Cole was going to be on. You think if he knew J. Cole was going to be on the track,
I
he
don't
would've-
know, man. All I can run with is the fact that I have this track that says it's featuring J. Cole and Kendrick.
Kendrick
and
did
I
not
got
know J. Cole was
and
gonna
I
be on
got
it.
hella bars from J. Cole, and I'm like, yeah. I got
'Cause J. Cole kills
I got-
anything.
I got chorus and singing from Kendrick, and I'm like, I can't believe I got this out of Kendrick.
I know, right?
And I was extremely disappointed.
Yeah.
And I'm
That's
just like,
Jeezy's fault.
all right, I'll blame the snowman. But you know they say you can't blame the snowman.
Like, hey, that's funny as hell. Can't blame the snowman. All right, so moving on to somebody a lot of people are blaming right now, and I low key feel bad for the guy because, and I'll give my take in a few, but we're talking about Diddy. Everybody's calling him the Diddler now.
That's wild. That man said, "I low key feel bad." Ooh.
I low key feel bad, and I'm gonna tell y'all why, and it's gonna make sense. All right,
you better have God and morale, and you better have some religious talk up in there, boy.
And Jesus said, all right, so
sound like Dion and Shannon right there.
So, how do y'all feel about this whole situation? Because this is everywhere right now, bro. This is literally everywhere right now.
You might really go to jail.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
So the document, the legal court proceed, whatever the fuck this document is, legal document that's out there. It's like 73 pages. Yeah. I made it to like page 27, and I didn't feel the need to go
to the cliff notes
any further.
I didn't feel the need to go any further.
I looked at the pages that you said 11 and 12. I didn't even read through. I was just glancing
Boy,
through it, and I was like, this don't look good, bro.
It don't. So I think what's gonna hang them is within those 73 pages, trafficking, underage women, drug use.
Anything within the statute of limitations?
Yeah, a lot.
Oh,
and they got some witness testimonies, some names in there. I think,
including 50 Cent's baby mama.
Right. Is a strong possibility. You know it's bad when, first of all, at least 3 of your homes get raided, right? So that's not.
They got enough.
Yeah, like they got enough
to do that.
With 2 different agencies to come in and raid multiple places, or multiple locations.
Yeah, whenever.
All right, so that's bad. So we know they have something legitimate, and within the documents, like it only gets worse from there.
Right.
But the fact that he fled the country kind of lets you know what's up. And
get out of Dodge.
Puff's been who he's been for years. So
it's not news, man. We all
go ahead.
I was piggybacking on what you said, man. It's not news. We all know that he's been on this shit for a minute, bro.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
The most surprising thing was the Stevie J thing that I saw in there, and then the screenshots. And
you believe it?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
I fully believe everything I read in that document. I didn't even finish. None of it sounds out of the realm of possibility.
Okay.
All of it sounds like some shit that somebody that has a lot of money that's powerful will do.
Right.
Shit, yep.
And
okay.
The fact that he sold all the Revolt shares to an anonymous.
Not yet. It's not finalized yet.
It's not.
The fact that that's even out there, all that tells me
telling,
that motherfucker fucked up.
Yeah.
And probably a lot of this is true.
I'm gonna give y'all my perspective right quick.
Go ahead.
Just like you just said, all this and what this tells me is this is a hit job, right? I will say, I'm gonna preface that by saying, I do believe most of what's being said. I do believe Diddy was moving a kind of way. It is what it is. He's been rich for a very long time.
Yep.
He's been untouchable for a very long time, right?
Yeah.
Sex parties and all that kind of stuff. We know that happens.
Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. Now, here's the thing. I think there is an element here that pays you a visit when you start to get off script. And I do believe that Diddy got off script. Diddy, you're supposed to sell them liquor. Diddy, you're supposed to make them party and YOLO and this and that. Diddy, you're not supposed to be talking about love. Diddy, you are not supposed to be talking about owning your own masters and black people coming together. Diddy, that's not your script, homeboy. Right? That's not your script. I'm just saying, listen, hear me out.
Yeah.
Hear me out. Because what I'll say is, whenever you see somebody that looks like us, that is getting paid, like Diddy was made a billionaire on paper, right? Whenever you see somebody that is on that level, whenever you see them deviate from whatever they're making money at, leave that and start talking about something else. He talked about starting a TV network. Like he has Revolt, but Revolt's not a real TV network. He talked about buying a TV network. The things he has said, the messages he has put out there, black people come together and Diddy's been saying this kind of stuff. That ain't Diddy. He's been saying, no, not forever, recently. Oh, hear me out.
I'll push back on
You
that.
think
man.
okay? You think they didn't know Diddy was doing this stuff for decades?
They did.
Yeah.
Okay, right? When you deviate, it's the same Epstein stuff. You think they didn't know what he was doing? Like they have this stuff on you, and when they're ready, they knock on your door.
I don't know to what degree. Like I can't point to he did this to trigger, this domino effect. Because I'm gonna tell you, I've heard him talk that empowerment shit for a while now.
Since when? It ain't been more than 5, 6 years.
I beg to differ, bro. I remember voting.
Vote or die? That ain't the same. Vote or die. My president is black. My Lambo. Vote or die ain't the same thing.
So you don't think him showing up to when Barack gets elected and wanting to be out there along with all the other black celebrities to see the first black man become president?
Fat Joe is dapping up Joe Biden, bro. It ain't the same.
Look, I mean that's a gimmick though. I don't
Exactly. It was a gimmick.
I don't have an issue with that, but what can we point to say that this is what he's been doing? That's suddenly now the establishment wants to take him down.
Okay, Diddy actually was suing Diageo. Diageo is $100 billion publicly traded company.
But so
you playing with big money now.
But
we're gonna knock on Cassie's door and ask Cassie if she wants to testify.
My question is, did he finish the lawsuit?
He was actually, bro. They were deep in that lawsuit.
Yeah, I know they were deep, but I heard they ended up settling or something.
No, they did not. No.
So they didn't settle.
No, that's not how. Okay, this is how it went.
Okay.
Diddy was actually looking good until all this stuff happened.
Yeah.
When this stuff happened, he settled for a loss.
Yeah.
Diddy lost everything. In that case, Jay-Z just did this a few years ago.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Jay-Z just did it and won and settled and actually came ahead and won.
Yeah.
Diddy tried to do it knowing he got skeletons in his closet.
Yeah.
Diddy expected, quote unquote, black people to stand with him a little more. Black people did not.
Yeah.
Black people did not. I'm telling you, this is how the Diddy situation happened.
So you think solely because of
you're suing $100 billion publicly traded company. I'm trying to tell you something. I'm trying to tell you something.
You're messing with big heads, man. Powerful people. Like,
so if you tell me that's what, are you telling me that's what probably did him in?
I'm saying it's complicated. So I'm saying yes, he been moving foul away for a long time, but he got on his Monique and he got on his Cosby, trying to tell black people to do better. And in this country, you can't tell black people to do better. Black people have to stay, just like Haiti. We talked about.
Yeah.
For the people who's winning to continue winning, this got to still look like this.
I just want to make sure I'm not confusing. When you say told black people to do better, you mean like
Bill Cosby told black people to pull their pants up. Monique told black people to stop going out the house in pajamas.
So
that happened. That didn't happen. That happened.
So those messages that are sent to messages that are sent to black. So if you tell Black America, hey, Black America, look at me right now. Look at me. Do better.
Captain now.
You're telling me once you say do better. That's when the establishment says, hey,
they come for you.
Who has said that?
It's time.
Who has said that and fared well?
Dr. Umar.
Do better? Hey, you gotta follow me. You see him on somebody's platform every other week talking about don't be a milkman, don't chase the snow
Dr.
bunnies.
Umar, he says. Dr. Umar, he says. Man. And I like Dr. Umar sometimes, man, but that ain't the same. Dr. Umar don't got the power to make these things happen. So Diddy did. Diddy was a billionaire.
The reason I say that is I'm just
Please.
poking the hole.
Please ask me questions because I want to get more of this out.
We see countless black people. There are black people that are in positions of financial wealth and positions of power that go on platforms like we see it on Earn Your Leisure.
Who?
Who
are you talking about?
Like black people that are powerful?
No. Billionaires that are actually out here making moves that can actually bear fruit.
Okay, so like for example, I think his name is Byron Allen. Attempted. I think he's attempted multiple times at this point.
Bingo.
To buy.
That was the key word.
Okay, that's fine. He's attempted to buy black entertainment television back from Paramount. I believe him and Tyler Perry, and I think at one point Diddy was involved, and I guess that's quietly going away now.
You do remember why Byron Allen sold it, right? You remember?
No. That was Bob Johnson, not Byron Allen.
You're right.
Byron
Absolutely,
Allen.
You're right.
No. We all look alike.
I admit when I'm wrong. Yes, I admit when I'm wrong.
What I'm saying is Byron Allen is obviously a very wealthy black man that's in position, and can afford to buy black entertainment television back from a company because how can you call yourself black entertainment television if you aren't actually owned by black people, right? I think that's a valid stance to take. Like, okay, cool. I wouldn't look at Byron Allen and think that he's the loudest guy in the room because he's not. You know what I mean? But he still does stand for empowering and helping black people in this country. Like that's what he tries to do.
Well,
he's not very loud, obnoxious about it in any type of way.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? But he does come on platforms to speak. So if we want to go see clips of him talking,
Sure.
to the public or in mainstream media,
Right.
it's there.
But look at what Diddy was saying, and look at what, because I listen to Byron Allen, and
But
it ain't the same.
So you don't think they're
the same.
You don't think they have the same message, or they just don't convey it the same way? Because I would say
Definitely don't convey it.
Yeah, I would say they don't convey it the same way, but I think they still do have the same message. I think it's countless people that have the same message, just how you get it across. Now, if you're telling me, hey, Puff too loud, Puff's bringing too much attention, hey, too many people are listening to Puff.
They have different cachet, bro. I'm sorry. Puff Daddy has more power than Byron Allen, and he has always had more power and influence than Byron Allen. You know how powerful music is? You know how powerful entertainment is?
Very.
It ain't the same. So what I'm trying to say to you is, yeah, I get what you're saying. It ain't the same, dog.
See, but that's where I
Puff
disagree.
Daddy is way more influential.
But see, I'll disagree slightly because I think inevitably Byron Allen's more powerful than Puff, and he has more money.
Now,
than Puff.
today.
Yeah, today. I think he was before Diddy got caught up in whatever he's caught up in.
Money don't matter. Influence matters.
But doesn't money?
All right, so I'll say no. I think Byron Allen is more.
Hold on.
I would say Byron
Allen. Asking, does money equate to influence?
In a sense, depending on how much money we're talking about, though.
I think
that's it.
Byron Allen's more powerful simply because Puff cannot afford. At one point in time, this might have been 2024. I don't know if it was 2020, 2019, somewhere around that area. Carolina Panthers NFL franchise was up for sale. National Football League was trying to funnel that franchise to a black owner because there's currently
supposedly that was the BLM era.
Yeah, right. There's not a lot
of
nothing
from that era no more.
70% of the workforce in National Football League is black, right? But there is no black ownership in the league because obviously, if you go do your research in history, you'll understand why there's some strife with black wealth in the United States. All right, so we'll just take it there. Puff was one of the people that they were trying to see if we could funnel you into a franchise. Unfortunately, Puff didn't have enough capital to be funneled into that franchise. You know who did though?
No,
Byron Allen
Puff
did.
did have the finances. Puff was a part of a team of people. It wasn't Puff by himself.
It wasn't Puff by himself.
But they got denied. The NFL owners all have to come together and agree.
Yep, they do.
They didn't want this rapper guy who talks about all this stuff, and they probably know how your parties go. The NFL is a situation. They have to approve you.
They do.
So Puff had the money. It wasn't Puff by himself, but that's not true.
No.
It was Puff was a part of a team, and he got denied.
It's an ownership group.
He got denied.
But you know, ownership,
and rightfully so. Now
I'm not gonna disagree with it. But my point is that same league, had talks with Byron Allen about buying the Washington Commanders.
Byron was in another ownership
group. Now that ended up going to another ownership group. I think Magic Johnson, a couple other people are a part of. So that's who owns the Commanders now. Right. But my point is, like, if the league is willing to have that conversation with him and his ownership group, those talks went a lot further with Byron Allen.
Right.
Simply because
you're
Byron
the rapper guy.
But I'm just saying,
Byron
Allen has more money than Puff by a lot.
Right.
Like, and it's not. I don't think it's even up for a.
But that's not the contention right here, because yes, you're right. He does have more.
He's more wealthy,
sure,
and he's quieter about it.
But again, you're Diddy. You're the one. We all know. We know people who've been to your parties. We know about your parties. We don't want you in our club. They said no.
That's where but see, that's where I disagree, because you can pull someone.
Hold on, you disagree with they said no, or what do you?
No, I disagree with that. We don't want you for that reason.
That's what. Okay. Well, to be fair, I don't know the exact reason.
I'm about to say, because you doing nasty shit.
I don't know the exact reason.
I'm willing to. I'm here to tell you.
Some of them in that shit.
No. Okay. You know what? I'm just using that as an example. I know. We know you, and you the rapper guy.
Yeah.
We ain't got rapper guys here. I
don't think it's a lack of funds. I'm gonna be honest with you, because if you're Diddy,
ain't no lack of funds,
think about it. If you're Diddy, I really doubt when he acquires a business, he's actually dipping in his pocket.
Rich people don't do that.
Money. Rich people don't use their own money.
Right.
They leverage their money to get more money. You know, so I don't think the lack of funds is an issue. He knows somebody with the money to acquire a fucking football team, bro.
Yeah.
You know, they just don't want.
They said no.
Yeah, you don't fit the criteria. You know, that's just what it is. You're Diddy, but what we're trying to, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You're not it, you know?
Diddy bop
give us,
somewhere
give us
else.
Don Pebbles, you know what I'm trying to say?
All right.
I'm just saying. Right? We good?
Yeah, we
I
good,
don't gotta
we
put
good.
my shades back on.
All right, Rambo.
I know. But no, I feel you on that, and I just think they knew what was going on. And yeah, I mean, but I do think, yes, I do think that Diddy was really moving like he was moving, like they say. I do agree with that. I think Diddy's been weird for a while. No grown man calls another man daddy. Like that's.
Love it when you're scripting and scrambling for
I'm
shit.
going to tell you that Wayne and Birdman obviously have a really weird. It just wouldn't shock me if shit start coming out about
The equivalent would be Usher calling Diddy daddy.
No, what I'm saying is we have footage of Wayne kissing Birdman and calling him like that exists.
Sure.
Like audience, that's factual. So like this stuff coming out about him, like it just isn't shocking, man. We already know the industry is a weird place. We already know Hollywood is a weird place. We already know they own some weird shit.
They've been fondled with, man.
Like
Squishy men, you know what I'm saying? It's man.
to me, one of the more glaring things was obviously page 12 and 13 with the Stevie J stuff. But the fact that
That's a fact. That's
like it's in the document. It's
that
images.
That in the deepfake?
It's in the images in the document.
Oh no! You know what? No, I scratch. There was a dude that came out. There was a gay porn star that actually came out. I saw this. A gay porn star said, "Hey, that's actually not Stevie J. That's me."
He's lying.
The gay porn star is lying.
Yeah,
How you
I think
figure?
so.
Oh, think so. Okay.
Yeah,
So
that's what I heard.
Because it was very.
You're right. It could be business. Like, hey, follow me. This is me.
So
Yeah, well, not even business. I think somebody just cut him a check.
and Stevie J is
How they got video of
low-hanging
Stevie J?
fruit. Puff was showing the defendant, who I think is a music producer, Mr.
Yeah,
Jones,
yeah,
producer
but
or whatever.
yeah,
Trying to
But how did
coerce him.
How did he access the video? How did he get the video?
Look, I'm willing to bet probably around that time because you know Stevie produced whatever the fuck for the label.
Yeah, I don't see that.
Puff.
This is a hit job, bro. All the media, everybody.
I'm going to tell-
Homeland Security got
so-
his sons in handcuffs
Yeah,
in the daytime,
wow.
like they
Wild,
a
right?
threat. This is a hit job,
I am
Good job.
of
the empire, yeah?
bro. He spoke out of turn.
Yeah.
Bro, this ain't what we don't
what-
pay you to bring up black people.
We're gonna humble you.
We're gonna stop the rise of the black
We're
messiah.
I don't think
We're gonna humble you really quick.
You don't think this is a hit job?
but
All
what-
the media, they arrested Diddy's drug mule.
But what-
You're forgetting.
This
your
is a
place.
hit job.
who's a former basketball player at Syracuse.
This is a hit
Fucking
job.
wild,
This is
right?
how a media,
It's
bro.
wild.
This is a hit job.
But my point is, what do you think was the
See what I'm saying?
I see
what
you're
was
saying. I
the
see what
thing
you're saying.
that took it over the edge, man?
Because
Because to me,
I'm trying to tell you.
I don't think Puff has done anything. Has it?
Diddy has never said, "Hey, I want to uplift black people." Diddy always played his role as the rapper dude. Bro, they signed these people for a reason.
Yeah,
they're not signing activists and heroes.
I
They're
don't-
signing degenerates.
I don't think his "I want to support and uplift black people" message was that loud.
Yes,
that's
it
the thing that pushed
what?
over the edge.
Huh?
You don't think the supporting black?
Nah,
tell you.
if he was gonna get pushed over the edge, like why didn't it happen?
Bro.
When, hold on.
Go ahead.
I'm saying if that was gonna happen or it was gonna happen that way, why didn't it happen when Nick Cannon got flamed for the anti-Semitic stuff he was kicking on his podcast when he lost Wild 'N Out and they tried to kick him off all those shows? Puff was still at Revolt and was trying to get Nick to come over and bring the show over there. That would have been the time.
That's very different.
No, I feel like those are like warning.
Those
flags,
are-
so like,
yeah.
like, like a warning. Like
That's warning.
because Diddy
He was still kicking the, hey, I want to empower black people. Come over here to my network shit.
It's still Diddy though, you know. So it doesn't happen. I don't think it's gonna happen the same exact way. It's like a little warning. Like they'll be touching, be like, hey, you notice that shit? Yeah, but let's see
Right.
how it progresses. You know, let's see what happens. You know, what I'm trying
Not
to
only
say?
that, but these people know the inquiries you're making.
Yeah.
They got the industry. They know the inquiries you're making. He can actually. Oh no, we got to stop this right away.
Yeah.
You think Cassie woke up one morning and said, "You know what? That time Diddy and his friends did. No. Somebody came and knocked on her door.
Sure.
You know, we got this going on. We need you. Are you cool with doing it? Yeah.
If you help out,
This is going to
we
mean
can-
money
we can
for
make-
you.
Yeah,
and-
we can put some money in your pocket. You know.
I'm telling you, that's how it happened. Cassie didn't wake up one morning. You know what? I'm going to go to the authorities.
No,
that ain't how it works.
I don't disagree with that. I'm just curious, what was the straw that broke the camel's back?
Trying to tell you. Whenever you break character,
I'm just saying it's hard for me.
It's hard for you to see that, but I'm trying to tell you, whenever you break character, look through history. Everybody that has broken character, bro, they said they want to stop the rise of the Black Messiah. Diddy's over here giving most, not all, giving most of the people their rights back to their music.
Publishing, masters,
Diddy's over here talking about, I'm all about love now.
Dropped the Love album.
Diddy dropped the Love album, which is probably the best R&B album of last year. But people can't say that
so
now.
I mean, what about, like Dirty Money? You know, he
like
dropped the album
12 years ago, 13 years ago?
I'm just press play. I think that's what it was. You know what I'm saying? Similar feel.
Diddy's on different stuff now. Like Diddy got to a point he thought he had FU money. A billionaire. He thought he had FU money, just like Candace Owens. She got FU money. I like her, by the way, now. But she got FU money. She can really be who she truly is now. Yeah. She don't have to play their game and be their
token.
Be their token. She don't got to do that no more. She's married to a guy with money. She has FU money. She got kids now. She's saying what she wants.
I'm just
forgive her, y'all. Forgive her. She on point now. Forgive her. She's really who she really is now. Like, this is the true Candace Owens. But yes, Diddy spoke out of turn. Did he do all this stuff? Did he do it? Yes. I think Diddy did a lot of this stuff. I think he did majority of this stuff.
Did he do it? Did he
do it?
Yeah.
The Doodler.
I think, and
The Diddler.
did he do it? Did he do it? Was said on this platform first, by the way. Did he do it? Was said on this platform first. I see people out there talking about did he do it? Did he do it? It was said on this platform first. God damn it. We're gonna take that. The Diddler, y'all can have the Diddler. Y'all said that first.
So it's the end for Puff.
Yeah, man.
Damn.
I think so too.
Never thought we'd see the fall of Bad Boy.
Him and Russell Simmons roommates.
Bro, didn't you see that video when he was walking in the parking lot, just pacing back?
I saw
and forth?
that. Yeah.
That man thinks that, fuck, man, they got me.
Yeah.
They got me.
Dog, if you hopping on a private jet, have y'all ever been to Cape Verde? Anybody here been to Cape Verde? Nah. I know 2 people from Cape Verde. 2.
No, I know a lot of people.
You say you know a lot of people?
What about
seen on the map, people tell me about Cape. The 2 people I know tell me small island.
Seen on the map.
It's not a very big spot, but it's just like one of those things that's like, okay, I don't know a whole lot of people from there. This is not like the most famous island in the world. Okay,
sure.
You know what I mean? That's why I asked the question. Obviously, NoName knows a bunch of people, but very small place. It's very telling for you to hop on a jet, your own jet, and to fly to that particular spot where there's no type of extradition law.
Sure. Right. That's smart.
With the United, I mean, it's smart, yeah. Also they should look very guilty. One could draw the belief that you may have done the things that are listed in this deposition that they're alleging that you did.
I think he did a lot of it, for sure. I think
it doesn't sound unbelievable.
People been knew that. Like we been knew what type of time it was on.
So my very last question. Do y'all find it issue with people that are suddenly now coming out and being like, oh, I was at a party with Puff and he did this?
Yeah, because it wasn't a problem when you were there. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, and if it was a problem, you should have said something way before this thing is happening now. What you're doing is that you're fucking vultures. You know, you smell dead flesh and you're just landing just to pick your piece and fly off. That's all it is.
So you feel like it's insincere?
Of course. So, bro, majority of it's just human nature, bro. People don't give a fuck. A lot of these people, when they go there and they were getting their backs dug out, bro, they wanted that shit. They enjoyed that shit. You know what I'm saying? They feel remorse after and they didn't say nothing, you know, but now that they see something, oh shit, let me hop on and get some money. You know what I'm trying to say? Let me get some money for this. Oh yeah, I didn't want it to happen. Oh my God, bro. Human nature, bro. It happens all the fucking time.
Damn.
I'm going to tell you, Stevie J challenged 50 Cent to a fight based off of the document and some stuff that was in there. And if I'm, I mean,
50's fighting his baby mama right now. It's he busy.
He said family court. I see you in family court.
He busy.
I don't know, man. He might win that.
No, he ain't going.
You don't think so? I don't know, man.
He ain't winning that. She said he raped her.
That's what he said.
Believe all women.
But that document indicates she's a sex worker as well.
What that mean?
I mean,
that's my past. Believe all women.
Yo, man, I'm just telling you. That's what the document indicated. Okay. I'm also here to tell you, you can allege whatever the fuck you want. I have a lawyer that can defend me against that and say, this bitch is a fucking liar. Excuse my language. So, do I believe 50 Cent was going out there? I don't know if 50 Cent was going out there doing all that, but I don't know. Wasn't there. But I'd be willing to bet. I don't think 50 was he probably wasn't on that. But maybe, you never know.
Hilarious.
You can watch the documentary if the documentary he supposedly is
Surviving Diddy.
Yeah, you can watch it.
I don't know. I don't really watch that kind of stuff.
I don't either, but I'm kind of intrigued because it's 50. And I watched a lot of the Power shows. Surprisingly good.
I stopped watching the Power Universe shows so long ago.
Hey man,
after Jamie died and felt, I'm like, man.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. It got good.
Really? I heard one of the shows is good. Raising Cain. I heard that.
Yeah, that one's good.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. The Tyreek show isn't that bad.
I heard it got canceled.
It did.
It did. But they're doing the last season in 2 parts, so I guess they're gonna wrap it up.
Good.
It's like a part 1 in June and then part 2 in September.
Gotcha. Yeah, I think that's it for Scrap Metal Media. This wasn't long, but we've been gone for a week, man. So yeah, y'all come on,
it makes sense.
And y'all talk about wanting more. So enjoy it. Enjoy it. I hope y'all enjoyed this conversation. We did a lot. All right, we did just for y'all. We did a lot.
Plus, a lot happened too. So
a lot happened. Yes,
makes sense. A lot happened too.
Right. But yeah, that's it for Scrap Metal Media. Next episode, we're going to talk about Candace Owens a little bit, but we'll leave that there.
Candace Owens?
Yeah. But yeah, that's it for Scrap Metal Media, y'all. We're going to go to Bet by Bit, all right? Yo. This ain't just a prediction. This is Bet by Bit. The Bet by Bit prediction of the day is: the heat is on. These are lucrative times for the for-hire think tanks. Their bosses are wondering, what do we do? Which way to go? How do we keep our clutches on control? How about we spread the message to corporate-run media? They got our back. Use divide and conquer tactics, kind of like Tariq Nasheed and the FBA movement, or even red or blue politics. How about we poison the food with chemicals and use the power of suggestion just to kind of confuse a generation of children? Something is bound to pay dividends, right? Nah, let it go. Let it go. The walls of the Red Sea are crashing down. That's all I got for the Time Capsule. Peace. And we are just universes crashing. Just do your best to leave a mark. Also, subscribe, comment, and leave 5 stars. This is Wendy, signing off. Dear future robots, peace.